Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. Pregame conversation, as always, presented by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Game 5 coming up in just about 9 minutes or so. We'll be dropping the puck. We'll step aside one last time here on Panthers Preview. When we come back, a look from the other side. We'll get the view from the Tampa Bay side of things and hear from the head coach of the Lightning, John Cooper. We'll have the lineups and scratches as well coming up on the other side of the break. It's the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 5. Panthers have the Lightning on the brink of elimination. The Panthers an opportunity to move on to round 2 with a win here this evening. Back with more Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
South Florida, flavor this tasty is no mirage. It's Celsius Sparkling Oasis Vibe, and it's one of my favorites. A delicious combination of prickly pear plus lime. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
South Florida, shout out one time for the original vibe. The OG, Sparkling Peach Vibe. Deliciously sweet and 100% refreshing. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Welcome back inside Amalie Arena here in Tampa. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here with you. Kevin Rogers back in our network studios here tonight, just moments away from the opening face-off. Panthers and the Lightning, your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Out for the Panthers this evening, Jacob Megna, Jonah Gadjevich, Mackie Samaskevich, Tomasz Nosek, Aaron Ekblad serving game 1 of a 2-game suspension for a hit on Brandon Hagel during game 4 of this series. Back on Monday night, the Lightning scratches tonight. Cam Atkinson, Oliver Bjorkstrand remains out with an injury. Brandon Hagel out with an injury. Max Crozier won't play this evening. Those are your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Our pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills at Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. The head coach of the Lightning, John Cooper, here asked what a winner-go-home situation can bring out of a team like his.
The urgency level is extremely high. And so I've been on both sides of it. And whether we were the team that was behind or we were the team that was up, usually get it's playoff time, so you're always getting an unbelievable effort, but it seems like the urgency is heightened, and the team has the same, thought process of, who knows, this could be your last shift. And so usually that brings a lot out of guys. You just don't want them to be in a situation where they're, antsy or not making plays they normally make. In the end, it's still another hockey game, and it just happens to be, the fifth game against the exact same team. But I think teams are growing pretty accustomed. They know what each other's doing. You just got to execute.
John Cooper there, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Our view from the other side, the pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park. Year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. It's the Panthers and the Lightning. Game 5 here this evening. Panthers lead the 7-game series, 3 games to 1. Panthers an opportunity to move on to round 2 if they can get a win here this evening and close out Tampa Bay. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the drop of the puck next. Game 5 on the other side. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day at the races in Ten Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
The fastest game on ice. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. IS HD2 Boca Raton. It's game time.
It's the power play. Barkov, Kachuk in front. Bouncing puck. Jammed it. They score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand. And the Panthers take the lead.
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
Bursting in our gate proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Welcome inside Amalie Arena here in Tampa for Game 5 of this first-round best-of-7 Stanley Cup playoff series. The Florida Panthers lead the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-1. A victory would put the Panthers into round 2 if they can get that done here this evening. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with the Ed Pendino is our on-site engineer, and Vlad Lusson back at studio control. Your starting lineups presented by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats. The starting group for the Panthers tonight will consist of Anton Lundell between Etsu Luostarinen and Brad Marchand, Nico Mikla, Dmitry Kulikov on the back end, and Sergei Bobrovsky doing the goaltending for John Cooper's Tampa Bay Lightning. The starting forward line will be Yanni Gourde with Nick Paul and Connor Geekie. Victor Hedman, J.J. Moser defensively, the goalie, Andrei Vasilevsky. The officials this evening, the referees are Garrett Rankin, Brian Pakmara, the linesman Jesse Marquis and David Brisebois. It's the Panthers in white, right to left, the Lightning in blue, left to right. Lundell stands in against Nick Paul to get this one started. Lundell and Paul in the face-off circle, and we are underway here in Game 5. The Sunshine State showdown continues, and the Panthers have the Lightning on the brink of elimination. Puck play down to our left. Inside the Lightning zone, J.J. Moser back for this one. He'll send one straight ahead. It goes all the way down to our right. Sergei Bobrovsky off the inboards fields it and gives to Nico Mikla. Puck played up the near side. Luostarinen tied up by Moser. Nick Paul with the puck. He'll lob one in for the Lightning. Down to our right it goes, into the far corner. Big hit in the corner as Connor Geekie plowed into Kulikov. Both back to their feet quickly. Lundell out of the zone. He'll cruise in. High slot shot blockered away by Vasilevsky, and the puck put on a play. 40 seconds into this opening frame. No score early, but Connor Geekie trying to set a physical tone for Tampa Bay.
The mantra in the locker room is always hit or be hit. And early on, get yourself into the game. Well, there, Kulikov felt the brunt of Geekie. Good forechecking pressure, and that Marchand, Lundell, Luostarinen line starts for the Panthers. They were terrific the last outing. Paul Maurice talked about it, and I mentioned Anton Lundell and skating. When he's moving his legs, he's very effective. That helps Marchand in with the speed. He said if Lundell slows down, the rest of the line tends to slow down. That was not a problem for them last game. They were moving and they were humming, and they were on the ice for that game-winning goal when Seth Jones scored, and they set up the opening goal that Lundell, he scored him for his very own goal.
So a face-off down to the Lightning zone. Seth Jones, who you mentioned there, playing with Gus Forsling. Now a takeaway. Barkov in front, and his pass is knocked away by Ryan McDonough. Out to the line. Forsling a drive into traffic. That one stings Nikita Kucherov, who absorbed that slap shot from the left point that Gus Forsling let go. Kucherov right to the bench. Meanwhile, far corner in the Panthers zone, Jones will launch one on. That clears and goes down to our left inside the Tampa Bay end. We've gone over a minute here in the early stages of Game 5. Anthony Cirelli pokes one down to our right inside the Panthers end, and Uvis Balinskis, who played the first 2 games of this series, in there in place of Aaron Ekblad tonight. He gets things moving. Evan Rodriguez in for the Panthers on the offensive line. Plays one down off the end board, scooped up back behind the goal, and it's played up the near side by Nick Perbix, and eventually cleared rink wide by Jake Gensel. That sends Nate Schmidt back inside the Panthers end. Uvis Balinskis across center. He'll play it down and around, and it's off Gage Gonsalves far side. Bennett a shot out front. That was a backhand that just went across the top of the goal crease, wide to the near corner, back behind the goal, picked up then by Perbix for the Lightning. Given to Emil Lilleberg, chopped up the near side by Gensel. Out in the neutral zone, Nate Schmidt. A quick pass to start the counterattack. Gives to Balinskis. Strolls across the ice. Couldn't get the puck deep. Tampa Bay trying to charge in. Gonsalves mishandles one. Bennett will drop it back for Nico Mikla, and the Panthers will have it back in their own end with just over 2 minutes gone by in a scoreless first.
Balinskis has to be careful. He's at the red line, doesn't get it deep, and a turnover almost came back the other way right in against the Panthers. To get to that red line, you've got to make sure you get it inside the Lightning end.
Puck play down to our left inside the Lightning zone. Nico Mikla for Mitchell Chafee. He's bumped by Kulikov. Dumps it down for Tampa Bay. Along the end wall, Luke Glendening, a hard shot on Nico Mikla. And the puck over in that far corner, battled for. Chafee has it for the Lightning to Victor Hedman. Long shot from the line, poked out in front, they score. And it's Gage Gonsalves. His first career Stanley Cup playoff goal. And it comes early in Game 5 to get the Lightning up 1-0.
Well, the Lightning have come out, and they've had some hard hits and some good forechecking pressure. And down deep in the corner, Chafee just takes it off the six of the defenseman, Kulikov, and he's able to win that battle against Kulikov, get it back to Hedman. Hedman's able to get in the middle of the ice, and then it's a double doinker, a double deflection in front that causes the problems. Glendenning gets a piece of it, and when Glendenning got a piece of it, it banked right on the side to Gonzalez, who was waiting, had a yawning cage to put it into. But that forechecking pressure we normally see from the Panthers, winning board battles, 50-50 battles. That time, it was Shafee, not the biggest of players, who was able to go down deep in the corner against a couple of Panthers to take it right off Kulikov's stick and get it back to point. And had been one of the best of the business to get him pucks through. And you got that double deflection, no chance at the end by Bobrovsky.
First 4 games of this series, it was the Panthers who scored first. Now for the first time in the series, the Lightning have a 1-0 lead in a game. Here's a takeaway. Luostarinen into the net. Bouncing puck. It's loose in the blue paint. Picked up. And a save made by Vasilevsky on Luostarinen. Now Jones to Forsling. Long shot off a body. Didn't get through. Good pressure as the Panthers try and answer here on the near boards. Head to Luostarinen. Pushed to the corner. Moser took it away. Around for Hedman. And Victor Hedman walks it along. We've gone over 3 minutes here in the opening frame. In go the Lightning. Geekie had his pocket pick, but Moser grabs control for the Lightning. He'll play it up that far side off Seth Jones. Scooped up by Yanni Gourde. Tried a shot. Run into by Luostarinen. Puck freed up. Handled by Geekie now as he controls for the Lightning. Long shot blocked by Luostarinen. Hedman. Geekie straight on. One-timer blocked it away by Bobrovsky. In the far corner, Reinhardt winds it around. Forsling here in the near corner for the Panthers. He'll leave it back behind the net. Jones far side. Then it's Forsling taking over behind the net. Couple of the Lightning youngsters, Connor Geekie and Gage Gonzalez, making the impact early in this one as the puck's played over the Lightning line. Rolling puck out front. Barkov couldn't get there as McDonough picks it up. He's unable to clear, but Kulikov has it nudged away, and the Lightning charge out. Gensel tried to pass to Kucherov that didn't connect, and the Lightning backed up to their own line as we've gone nearly 4 minutes now in this first period. 1-0 Tampa Bay on a goal from Gage Gonzalez.
Gonzalez has been getting better as the series has gone on. He's getting more ice time because of Hagel and the injuries that he's been missing, and he spent some time with the top players all around. And John Cooper, you can see game by game, putting more trust in Gonzalez.
Puck down to our left inside the Lightning zone. It's Ryan McDonough off the short glass, and he is able to bounce one to the neutral zone. Zemgus Girgensons pushed it along. It's taken away by Uvis Balinskis. He'll toss it up the near side. That goes into the shallow part of the Lightning end. Immediately cleared out by Emil Lilleberg. Anthony Cirelli to Zemgus Girgensons. He'll dump it down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Nate Schmidt from behind the Panthers net. Far side of the ice for Jesper Boquist. He clears. It's ripped back in by Cirelli. Glove down by Balinskis. And now he'll stroll back to the end boards inside the Panthers end. Over for Schmidt. Handed back for Balinskis. And he'll charge out up the right side. A feed to Rodriguez. Poked along. Takes a bounce right at the Lightning line. Sturm pushed it over the blue line. It's taken away. Gonsalves back the other way. His feed to Glendenning missed the mark. That's going to be an icing call. 5 minutes, 1 second into tonight's contest. 1-0. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning out in front. Remember to feed your fandom with the new Panther sub. Only at Publix, the official supermarket of the Florida Panthers.
Tampa Bay's raised the temperature. You'd expect the first 5-10 minutes they were going to come out. This is the first time that they both times they played here at home, they've come out with a really strong start. Didn't really get anything to show for it. The Panthers were able to get that opening goal, as you touched on, in all the 4 games. And this is the team that has scored the most opening goals during the regular season than anyone else. They kind of feed off that, and we're the best first period team in the NHL. So to get that opening goal by Gonzalez, and that's going to lighten the mood a little bit early on the Lightning bench.
Off the face-off battle, far circle for the loose puck. A chance in close. Verhaeghe stopped. The penalty upcoming against the Lightning. With 14:51 to go here in the first, 1-0 Tampa Bay, and the Panthers will have a power play opportunity to try and even the score. Let's listen in.
Tampa, number 78, 2 minutes for slashing.
That's our referee, Brian Pochmara, there issuing the slashing call to Emil Lilleberg.
Right in front off the face-off, and Verhaeghe out of a scrum. It was a mad scrum, and Verhaeghe circles around and was driving hard to the net, and it was a good slash there by Lilleberg. He broke his own stick in half as he tried to chop down on the hands of Verhaeghe, and the Panthers get their first power play and first chance to try and even this game up with the man advantage. The penalty killing units on both sides have been extravagant, and they've been dialed in.
Yeah, the Panthers and the Lightning, both teams' penalty kill units have been outstanding, especially in games 2, 3, and 4. Off the face-off, the puck played behind the net. Verhaeghe has one hop away. Then it's Tkachuk down through the far circle for Reinhardt. Back out to Tkachuk covering the right point. Long wrist shot. Tipped in front, loose, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe there in front of the net to jam it home. A power play goal. And the Panthers tie this game at 1. And it only took 12 seconds on the man advantage.
Carter Verhaeghe, who drew that penalty. And what a hustle play by Reinhardt on the side of the boards. It's a foot race, and Reinhardt is able to track it down, get to that puck first in that foot race, push it back to the point, and that opened up that lane for Tkachuk to get it off. And Verhaeghe just standing in front. How do you score goals? You just put it in net, stand with traffic in front. And talking to Paul Maurice this morning, he said we're going to have to get to a shot-first mentality on our power play, even from up high. They sit back, and all of a sudden Reinhardt wins that battle. Tkachuk throws it at the net, bounces off a couple of bodies. Verhaeghe reaches around the right pad of Andre Vasilevsky, and the Panthers get a power play goal of their own. I like that shot-first mentality. First time you get a look, and Verhaeghe, what a start for him. He draws that penalty and gets that goal. It looks to have his legs underneath him.
And a smart read there for Matthew Tkachuk. Just getting that shot through. 14:23 left in the first. 1-1 the score. Marchand up the near side for the Panthers, looking for more. Left circle after the power play goal. Around the back of the net, Marchand. Kulikov, left point, Nico Mikkola shot wide. Off the inboards, handled over on the far side of the ice, backing out to the line. Marchand, long drive, loose in front. Rebound, it's fed off to the near side. Luostar into Mikkola. Shot, that's blocked. Picked up here in the near corner by Yanni Gourde. He'll leave it behind the net for Perbix as we've gone over 6 minutes. 1-1, Panthers and the Lightning. Busy start to this one. Carter Verhaeghe finished off the goal scoring with the empty netter last time out in Game 4. Gets the Panthers on the board here. 28 career playoff goals now in a Panthers uniform as he continues to get separation atop the all-time list. Panthers playoff goal scoring.
Quite a response by the Panthers to do that after giving up that first goal, and your power play is able to come through. For Swaggy.
And 13:39 will remain in the first period. 1-1. Panthers and the Lightning here at Amalie Arena. Game 5. Panthers lead the series 3-1. Back with more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Back here in Amalie Arena in Tampa, it's a 1-1 game. Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, Game 5 here this evening. The Panthers had a response. The Lightning opened the scoring at 2:33. Gage Gonsalves, and then Carter Verhaeghe, second of the series, second in as many games at the 5:21 mark on the power play. That tied things up. Tkachuk and Reinhardt picking up the assists on that one. Get ready to celebrate your team in style. Whenever the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day, rocking your Panthers gear and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables, your slice of summer anytime. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you as we continue Game 5 here tonight. And folks, the Panthers with a win would move on to round 2, where they would take on the winner of the Toronto-Ottawa series. Last night, the Senators were able to stay in the fight
against the Leafs. Yep.
Forced it to a Game 6.
And for the Panthers to give up that early goal and to get it right back on the power play just does wonders on your bench. Puts you right back in all square. And neither of these teams like to chase or be behind. The Panthers did a really good job of it in the third period. last game and were able to squeeze one out. You know the finish line is there. It's ahead of you. But you got to remember, it's just about the next shift and getting ready. It's got to be shift by shift that adds up to that eventually, hopefully, series win.
Puck squirts out front. Big save made by Sergei Bobrovsky on Braden Point. Now Kucherov out to the front of the net. Nobody home as a couple of Lightning players were tied up. Seth Jones and Braden Point were battling. Yanni Gord was in there as well. The pass leaves the zone. Now the Panthers a takeaway at center. Jones, he'll dump it down to our left. Back behind the net, Vasilevsky. He'll give to McDonough. Flutters it along. Can't clear. Kachuk left circle. Walks in. Shot and a blocker. Save made by Vasilevsky. Picked up side of the net. Kachuk looks out front. It's kept alive. Nate Schmidt a shot, couldn't get it through. Then Kachuk in the right circle, a couple of whacks at it, couldn't drive one through. Schmidt into the far circle, a takeaway and a clear from Cirelli, and the Panthers will start over out the neutral zone. Verhaeghe to Kachuk and an offside call. 12:47 left in the first period. 1-1 is the score. Score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers, online only. Price and participation may vary, and Billy, we talked about it, but what Matthew Kachuk did there to set up the Verhaeghe goal, just getting a wrister from the right point on net, created a rebound, created some chaos. Verhaeghe jammed it in. Almost the same thing that led to the goal that Aaron Ekblad scored back in Game 4 to tie the game at 2.
Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. It's just all the time.
What'd you call me?
But that's the philosophy. The simple philosophy is easy, and all of a sudden you see that turnover. Ryan McDonough with that high flip pass, not wondering what he's doing there. Led to another really good scoring chance for the Panthers.
Far side of the ice down to our right. Battle for a loose puck, 2-on-2 scrum over along the far boards. Nate Schmidt trying to pull it free. And eventually it's pulled in by Chafee. The Lightning working around. Moser, right point, long shot. Tipped in front, just inches wide. That hit a body out front and just missed the far post from our vantage point by a couple of inches. It went right through the blue paint. The Panthers breathed a sigh of relief as the box cleared.
I think it might have hit the back of Gergensen's as he was kind of cruising through the slot. Here's close.
Here's Kucherov dangling in. Oh, he got run too hard by Bennett. Got a pass back to Hedman that hopped away. And the Panthers break it out. It's Nico Mikkola up the near side. He'll dump it in. The puck goes around the end boards, and Moser runs it down for the Lightning. Winds it around. Gensel up the near side. And Kucherov with it. Can't settle it down. Eventually picks it up for a clear. And now a foot race down to our right. Braden Point, Dmitry Kulikov. They go in after it. Point has it. Finds a trailer. And the shot from Taran Radish is blocked. Kulikov clogging the lane there. Mikkola on the far side of the ice. He'll loft one out to the neutral zone. Batted ahead by Bennett. And nearly a breakaway for Kachuk as Rodriguez almost had him on a perfect pass. It deflected away. And now the Panthers backed into their own zone.
If that hits Kachuk on the stick, he's gone. He's in behind Kucherov there. He had it in his skates and just couldn't quite kick it up. Kucherov was the last line of defense, and he was not going to be able to catch Kachuk, who was in full flight.
Puck sent down to our right, 10:58 left in the first. 1-1 the score. It's the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and a face-off coming up down inside the Lightning zone. Part of the pregame festivities here, Billy. Pat Maroon was on hand, won a couple of cups with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
He was in St. Louis the other night where he won a Stanley Cup.
Just retired.
Yeah,
he's doing a little bit of a victory lap tour here.
He's going everywhere where he's won a couple of Stanley Cups. The Big Rig, as they called him. Pat Maroon
was a part of 3 straight Cup winners and went to 4 straight Cup finals, correct?
Yeah.
Because he was with Tampa Bay when they lost to Colorado, and their run ended in 2022. And
for a guy that played the way he did and fought, he enjoyed one of the most historic runs that you could ever ask for as a player.
Face off down to our left and off the draw. Sam Reinhardt will punch it down wide, and into the far corner it goes. Now it's going to be handled far side of the ice. Barkov out to the line. Seth Jones backs up. Spin move. Near circle. Has it on the backhand. Carries down low. Sharp angle shot. Pulled off by Vasilevsky. Loose here in the near circle. Backhanded out of the zone by Geekie. And down to our right. It's tracked down by Forsling. He'll bat it along, and the Panthers charge out quickly down to our left. Verhaeghe up the wing. Reinhardt right side. Down to Verhaeghe in the corner. Looking back for Reinhardt. Pass missed the mark. This one's stolen away. Nick Paul. He'll lob one high in the air. Down to our right. Off the skate of Uvis Balinskis. He'll keep it to the the outside with Connor Geekie pressuring. Balinskis zooms back along up the left side, rolls it over the Lightning line. It's taken away. Fed across. McDonough to Eric Chernak, and he will chip one down to our right. Onto the end boards. A battle for that loose puck. Marchand, Gonsalves, neither one got to it. Kucherov does have it, and then he has it stripped away. Panthers charge out. Ed to the Wolsterine. A heck of a play there. Up the left side now to Marchand. Over the offensive line. Looking for somewhere to put it. Wolsterine and Marchand in front. Off Anton Lundell, and they score! And the Panthers take a 2-1 lead with 9:54 to play in the first. Marchand and Wolsterine, a great little passing play, and then Marchand throws it out front. It's off the skate of Anton Lundell, and the Panthers take the lead.
This line has been amazing, but it starts with a defensive play by Wolsterine in his own end. Kucherov high at his blue line, tried to dance it around Wolsterine and get through his legs, and Wolsterine just stopped it with a skate. That allowed the Panthers to go the other way in transition, and then Marchand working against Chernak does a couple of pivots and turns. I got dizzy looking at him, and then it's a little give and go with Wolsterine and back to Marchand, and then Lundell just kind of standing in front, goes off his skates into the net, gets his second goal. And boy, how good has that line been for the Panthers, and they put the Panthers back on top, and after giving up that opening goal, it's been all Panthers. And that play by Kucherov there, he's accustomed to beat players one-on-one, but the defensive style of the Panthers and how good they are, and Wolsterine fits into that category. He was able to just stop it, and the Panthers take off the other way and able to get a goal out of it. Those high plays, high danger plays at the blue line are risky.
And no distinct kicking motion, nothing of the sort.
No, just
so there was nothing to review, nothing to challenge. And now it's Nico Mikkola to Sam Bennett. Up to the offensive line, right side, overshot Tkachuk. Hedman in the corner takes a shot from Bennett. Got a pass around the end boards. Picked up here on the near side by Darren Radish and handed out to center for Braden Point. Cruising in for the Lightning. Jake Gensel, a long shot. That's well wide. And then out to the far point, a big drive from Victor Hedman. That's wide as well. Here on the near boards, Radish pounds it down behind the Panthers' net. Handled there by Kucherov. Then Point to the front of the goal. Got a pass across the front of the net. Still loose. They work it around. Hedman wrist shot wide. Off the end board. Scooped up by Kulikov. And he will bounce it to the line, held in by Radish, and then a second chance to get it out. Reinhardt to center ice for Bennett, and the Panthers cruise in offensively. Bennett delays, hands it off the end boards. Reinhardt pressuring in, poked away by Hedman. Victor Hedman over on the far side of the ice. He'll hand it over for Radish. He's got Verhaeghe right there on him. Given back to Hedman. Pass straight on. Yanni Gord to center ice. He'll maneuver in for the Lightning. Right side, Gonsalves. Long shot and a right pad save made by Bobrovsky. Far boards, it's McDonough to the corner. Gord winds it around. Near side, Gonsalves had it hop away, and Jesper Boquist will toss one ahead. It's Gonsalves to keep it in. Pushes one down on net softly that Bobrovsky handles routinely, and he gives it to Gus Forsling with 8:20 left in the first. 2-1 Panthers after the Lightning opened the scoring for the first time in the series. The Panthers counter with 2 and have the lead.
But they're skating. They're moving their legs, and Paul Maurice always talks about this team when they're effective. They're
now a setup, storm to the side of the net for A.J. Greer, who had just knocked Connor Geekie flat. Here's a drive from Balinskis, and a pad save made by Vasilevsky. Puck to the corner, and Eric Chernak will hammer it around the end boards. Chafee there to get things moving for the Lightning. To center ice, Geekie heads in right side then. Slams on the brakes. The 6'4", 20-year-old out to the line. Long drive, and that one is off a body from Perbix. Pull in front of shot, and they score. And Tampa Bay has tied the game at 2 with 7:44 to go here in the first.
A series that's basically had no offense outside. We got 4 goals all of a sudden here, and we're just over 12 minutes and 16 seconds into the game.
Little different look from game 4.
Yep, and there was a chance there, and they threw it back, and it was good entry by Geekie. Got it back to the point, got the point shot, and then Lundell in front had a chance, and he just had it on a stick, and trying to make a play. He got it taken right off, and there Nick Paul was able to just pick it up, put it over the glove of Sergei Bobrovsky. If you're Lundell there, you know that you're high in the slot. As soon as that puck touches your stick, whack it. Get it out of harm's way. He tried to stick handle, got it poked off his stick, goes right on the stick of Paul, and he's able to tie it up at 8. And those are plays, you see it all the time, but in your defensive zone, you just don't have time. Like you think, Lundell maybe thinks, okay, I got an extra second here. He does not.
And almost turned over back inside the Panthers zone, but they do get it out to center ice. It's taken back by Chafee for the Lightning. 7.5 minutes to go here in this first period. 2-2 our score here in Tampa. Game 5 continues. Marchand near side. Mikkola got by him. He was tied up. And the puck flipped back in by Kulikov down to our left. And it looks like a penalty upcoming.
second time.
7:15 left in the first. 2-2 the score. Let's go downstairs for the official ruling.
Tampa, number 48, 2 minutes for holding.
Perbix for holding. Panthers to the Publix power play when we come back here in just a moment. A busy start here to Game 5 at Amalie Arena in Tampa. 2-2 our score. 7:15 left in the first period. Panthers lead the series 3-1. More of the opening frame on the other side. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, South Florida, raspberry and peach. To be honest, I didn't know these flavors were such a winning combination until I tried them together in a 12-ounce can. Celsius Sparkling Raspberry Peach. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
South Florida, one of the latest and greatest from Celsius is a balance of 2 iconic flavors, kiwi and strawberry. 2 vibrant and delicious flavors that dance on your taste buds. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
7:15 to go here in the first. 2-2 the score. Panthers and the Lightning, Game 5. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? It's making sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health. It's the Panthers and the Lightning tied at 2. 1 for Tampa Bay, 2 for the Panthers, another 1 for Tampa Bay. Now the second penalty of the period. It's another one against the Lightning. Perbix off for a hold. Panthers to a Publix power play.
Close, serene, and down deep in the corner. His big body got around Perbix, forced the holding call.
The Panthers 1 for 1 on the power play tonight for Hagee. Got the Panthers on the board early with a power play goal to, at the time, even the score at 1.
And it was Connor Geekie who took the puck off Lundell's stick there to set up that play by Paul. He was scratched last game, inserted back in the lineup with the Hagel injury.
Panthers win the draw. Here's Jones. Off to the right circle. Kachuk in front. Reinhardt there. Leaves it at the line then to Jones. Give it to Reinhardt. Backs off to the near boards into the near circle. Reinhardt looks around. Reinhardt down toward the left wing corner. Up top for Seth Jones. Jones across, Barkov along the right boards. Down low, Kachuk in the corner. Matthew Kachuk into the right circle. Saucer pass, Jones straight on, wrist shot, and it's stopped. Rebound, that's knocked away by Vasilevsky. Barkov was there knocking on the door, and the puck shoveled out along the far side, held in by Seth Jones. Sent around the end boards, tracked down for Hagee here in the near corner. Punched it around, right wing side. Barkov there, up top, it's Jones. Seth Jones at the blue line, straight on, looks right. Barkov has it through the far circle. Kachuk, Reinhardt in front, a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Kachuk keeps it alive to Reinhardt. Barkov down low. Kachuk in front. Reinhardt a shot. That's off a skate, didn't get through. Now Barkov a wrister, and that deflects away. Far boards for Hagee there. 1:03 remaining on the power play. Out of the right wing corner, it's Kachuk along the goal line. Saucer pass on the money for Jones. Seth Jones straight on, looks around the offensive end. Hands left to Verhaeghe through the far circle. Out of the reach of Reinhardt and Kachuk. Barkov keeps it alive. Out to Jones. Jones, right side. Barkov at the point. Through the far circle, Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk. Wrist shot, save made. Rebound. Reinhardt stopped by Vasilevsky with the outstretched right pad. Kachuk, right circle, Jones. Reinhardt near circle with it. Reinhardt, a wrist shot, and a glove save is made by Andrei Vasilevsky, and he will hold that. 33 seconds left in this Publix power play for the Panthers. 5:47 left in period number 1. This game tied at 2, and the Panthers 14 shots on goal already in this one.
Superb power play by the Panthers. Minute 30 in the zone. Never clears. They get plenty of looks, and the best one was by Reinhardt. Reinhardt was found a couple of times in that bumper position that hasn't been open a lot, and then he was able to get a rebound opportunity, and a diabolical save by Vasilevsky, reaching out with that right pad. Looked like Reinhardt on the backhand had an empty net to put the puck into, and all of a sudden, dashing across with that dexterity is Vasilevsky to rob Reinhardt.
Off the draw, it's Victor Hedman for the Lightning around for Girgensons. Can't find him. Panthers working around. Nate Schmidt through the far circle. Sam Bennett backs off to the right corner. Second unit on for the Panthers here. Bennett pressured, pass to the line. Miss Nate Schmidt. Puck goes down to our right. Bobrovsky well out to play this one. Gives to Forsling. Around the end boards. Far side Schmidt. Power play winding down. Just a dozen seconds to go. Handed on for Rodriguez. He'll play it along the far wing. Down it goes into the Lightning end. Near corner, it's Girgensons. Behind the net, Hedman up the far side. Schmidt kept it in. Power play comes off the board. Back to 5-on-5. Marchand. Schmidt straight on. Has it. Drifts off to the near side. Looks for a lane. Wrister tipped on goal by Bennett. And a save made by Vasilevsky. Puck played by Perbix off serving the minor. He'll send it out to the neutral zone. And then Schmidt pounds it over the Lightning line. Picked up by Hedman. Sent off the short glass all the way down to our right. And after it is Schmidt for the Panthers inside. 5 minutes to go. Period number 1. 2-2's our score here at Amalie Arena in Tampa. Game 5. Panthers lead the series 3-1. Emil Lilleberg down the Lightning end. He'll walk this one ahead. Pass to center. Overshot Gord. Kucherov put it over the Panthers line. Kulikov up the far side. Jesper Boquist on the run. He's got it. Boquist far side to the end boards for Lundell. Radish on him. Lundell dumped over by Radish. 2-on-2 scrum on the end boards. 4:28 left in the first. 2-2 our score here in Tampa.
Still like the pace that Panthers are playing with. 15 shots on net. There's 17 all game on, and the shot totals have been low. A couple of power plays have added to that shot total for the Panthers, but they spent a lot of time down in the Tampa Bay end, especially after giving up that first goal.
A clear from Kucherov. The Panthers out shooting the Lightning 15-6 so far in this one. Puck play down and around to our left. The Lightning have it back in their own zone. Here's Radish. Leaving it behind Vasilevsky's net for Emil Lilleberg. Inside 4 minutes to go. First period of action, 2-2 our score. Outlet to Gonsalves. Backhand flipped along. Seth Jones on it. Tapped on for Barkov then. Near side looking for Verhaeghe. He was tied up. Loose puck around center. The Panthers have it. Reinhardt over the offensive line. Plays it along the right boards. This one rims around. Radish near side running to Barkov. Got it to the net. Tipped by Reinhardt. Saved Vasilevsky. Out come the Lightning in a hurry. Gonsalves up the left wing side. He'll dump it down. Jones dumps him over. And a penalty upcoming to Seth Jones as the Panthers touch up.
And then Chernik got in there against our ref and gave him a high stick. And it's always funny to me that Garrett Rank was the referee out in the middle of the ice, and Brian Pochmara was down deep in the corner, standing right next to the play. Pochmara didn't call the penalty.
Number 3, 2 minutes interference.
It was Garrett Rank way out high.
The referee much further away from the infraction. Yep.
Yeah, and Garrett Rank is standing right there, but nonetheless, the Panthers will be shorthanded.
3:26 left in the first. 2-2. Panthers and the Lightning in Game 5. We'll be back with more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know. Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
3:26 to go first period, 2-2. Panthers Lightning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
Hockey lives here.
With a shot turned out and forked wide by Aho. He swings a wrap around.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Draw to Bobrovsky's right, down to our right, inside the Panthers zone. 2-2 is our score here at Amalie Arena in Tampa. Game 5, Panthers lead the series 3-1. Panthers shorthanded for the first time tonight. Good takeaway at the line as Nico Sturm clogged the passing lane. Kucherov was trying to go across the blue line to Hedman, and that'll back the Lightning up down to their own zone.
Not only penalty against Seth Jones, but also one of your best penalty killers.
Yeah, interference called against Jones as the puck's played down to our right inside the Panthers end. Kulikov here in the near corner, pushed it along near side, and the Lightning have it. Kucherov, Hedman to the center point, down low, in close. Gensel, the lane closed off by Kulikov. Now Kucherov has it, high slot. Kucherov left side, Cirelli. Kucherov off his skates, gives to Hedman. Gensel a shot, right pants save made by Bobrovsky. And the puck battled for near side. It's Gensel up top. Hedman, long shot, and Bobrovsky takes that one right in the Panthers logo and then holds on with 2:40 to go here in the first. 2-2 our score. Shot 16-8 for the Panthers, who are down a man for another 1:15. Seth Jones still serving that minor penalty.
Big reason that the Panthers have had success on the power play is they haven't allowed Tampa to get set up into their looks in the offensive end. This time they are, and they're moving Kucherov all around. He started in that strong position on the right wing left-hand shot. He moved all the way around to his strong side. So a lot more movement as far as Kucherov has evolved on that power play unit, trying to get him open and different looks for this Lightning power play that has really been struggling. And you know John Cooper has put an emphasis on the power play being better in this game.
Draw near circle down to our right as Cirelli wins it. Braden Point, far point for the Lightning. He'll play it to the far corner. It bounced off the stick of Nate Schmidt. Cirelli are out for Kucherov near corner. Banks it off the near boards, out to Hedman at the line. Hedman across. Braden Point. Hedman straight on. Fakes the shot. Holds. Looks to his right, and it's knocked away by Barkov, but it stays in the zone. Kucherov caught up to it. Now here on the near side, Cirelli. He's tied up. The Lightning keep control, though. Kucherov to the high slot, threads a pass. Braden Point, far circle. Hedman, one-timer, and it's deflected away. Wide of the net. A diving play by Gus Forsling. How did he get that kind of zip on that puck? Fully extended with one hand on his stick. Knocked it the length of the ice.
That's all out hustle. Laid out on his belly, and yeah, he got a lot of it. He just swung at his stick, got it all the way down to the other end.
Now Chafee dumps it in for the Lightning. Far corner, second unit on for John Cooper's group. 23 seconds on their power play, but Kucherov remains in the mix. Left side, Gonsalves to the front of the net for Chafee, deflects away. Picked up by Lundell, rattled off the near boards and all the way down. Inside, 100 seconds to play here in this first period. 2-2, Panthers Lightning. Game 5, and the Panthers penalty kill winding down. Chafee to center ice. Left side has a man, Gonsalves to Chafee in the far circle. Couldn't handle it. Marchand will clear, and that'll finish off the penalty kill. Seth Jones out of the box. Panthers 1 for 1 on the penalty kill with 1:20 left in the first. We're tied at 2.
Forsling came into this game already playing 18 minutes of shorthanded time. That led all players on both teams. He has been the stone, the rock on the back end for the Panthers, killing penalties, and he showed that with that play, that is just making an effort, doing and sacrificing everything to get to a puck. And that was a critical clear by Forsling, and doesn't have the offensive numbers quite put up this year they did last year, but still on the defensive side, killing penalties and shutting down the other team's top players. Gustav Forsling is still, in my personal opinion, the most important defenseman on this Panther team.
Outstanding work in every situation from Gus Forsling. And face-off near circle down to our right. And you talk about guys made for this time of the year. Gus Forsling's one of those because he's got a motor
and the
like virtually nobody
that he
else
plays with from game to game is unbelievable. Usually you see some drops or some inconsistencies. Not with Forsling. If it's a drop, it's very, very little.
Forsling off the glass near side, held in by Perbix at the line. Gord out to Perbix. Across to Moser left point. Long shot right into Bobrovsky again. He'll hold that. 41.4 seconds left in the first. 2-2 the score. Panthers and the Lightning here this evening at Amalie Arena in Tampa.
This has been the most room that we've seen both teams have to operate, especially on the Panthers side. And the shot total is indicative of that. Hasn't been a lot of time and space in the first 4 games. Every time it seemed like you touched the puck, someone was there. In the offensive zone for both teams, looks like they're having some times to make some plays, get their head up, and kind of digest things. More zone time for both teams as well. When they get in the zone, they're able to work around. The Panthers have had a little edge in that category.
Off face-off, far circle down to our right. Battle for a loose puck. Kulikov there, bumped over, got it around the end boards, picked up by Kucherov. Out along the near side, Mikkola able to steal one away, and he'll clear. A roller down to our left, and it's McDonough after it for the Lightning. Has a man on him. He'll get a pass up the far side. Redirected onto the zone by Cirelli. Down to 20 seconds left in the first. 2-2 is the score. Panthers and the Lightning. Mikkola to Kulikov. Mikkola threw that hit on Girgenson's last game that got him ejected, and that's why the Lightning fans are letting him hear it every time he touches the puck. Meanwhile, down to our left, nearly given away on a miscommunication back behind the Lightning net. Vasilevsky scrambling back into his goal crease to pick up a bouncing puck after Carter Verhaeghe tried to get it out there quickly.
If you're the Panthers, you have to be happy with the way they started this game on the road, even though he gave up that first goal. It looks like every line. This is the best I've seen him. Just moving, skating, putting some pressure in. Even though you're tied up here at 2, you've had a lot of opportunities, a lot of shots towards Vasilevsky, and continue to pepper away. That's going to favor in your advantage as this game goes on.
Face off near circle down to our left. Off the draw. Final seconds start to tick away. Uvis Balinskis, can he get one last shot away? He does. It's wide. Rims around the end boards, and that's it for the opening 20. It was a busy opening stanza here this evening in Tampa. 2-2 our score. Through 20 minutes of play, we will have one of the Panthers joining us at rinkside in just a moment, so we'll get you ready for that. After that, we'll hand it back to Kevin Rogers, standing by in our network studios for a look at what went on here in the first period, what's going on across the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs in our JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, and he'll get you caught up on the South Florida sports scene as well. 2-2 through 1 here in Tampa.
It's like pulling teeth in the first 4 games to try and get any kind of goals, and all of a sudden we get 4 in this opening period, and Gonzalez opens up the scoring. Then Panthers come back with a power play goal by Carter Verhaeghe, get the lead on a really nice move by Marchand at the blue line. He turns around Chernak with a couple of spin moves and a give and go with Los Arena, and then Marchand quickly in front to Lundell, 2-1, and then Lundell turns it over. Nick Paul ties this game up at 2. Panthers out shooting the Lightning 16-8. Had a little bit of everything, and Vasilevsky, that save on Reinhardt was big when the Panthers had that second power play. See how it shapes out the rest of the way, see if it kind of calms down and gets that more defensive-minded structure that we have seen for the most part of this series, or it continues to create or generate more scoring chances as we go through.
So 2-2 through 20 minutes of play. Panthers a 3-1 lead in this first-round best-of-7 series, and a chance to move on to the second round if they can get the victory here tonight. 2-2 through 20 minutes of play here at Amalie Arena in Tampa as we get ready to bring you a guest downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. We're just standing by for that. And after that, we'll hand it off to Kevin Rogers back in the network studios. He's got a look at what's going on here, elsewhere around the South Florida sports scene. Lots to cover coming up in our first intermission show. Again, 2-2 here in Game 5. Panthers lead the best-of-7 series 3-1. And again, we'll have a guest coming your way downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room any moment now, and then we'll hand it back to Kevin Rogers. All rights to this broadcast reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers in the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. So 2-2 through one period of action, Panthers and the Lightning. It was the Lightning opening the scoring for the first time in the series. The Panthers countered with a couple of their own before Tampa Bay would tie it after that. So that's the really concise, summarized version of how we got to 2-2. Kevin will have all the details coming up for you here in just a few moments when we get into our first intermission show. But again, standing by for our guest downstairs, and then we will send it back to the studio after that. It's the Panthers and the Lightning here this evening at Amalie Arena in Tampa. The Panthers won games 1 and 2 here in this building to open up the series. They'd love to get a third victory here in the series at Amalie Arena here tonight. Let's go downstairs. We've got Panthers forward Evan Rodriguez downstairs with us outside the room. Evan, Doug Billy upstairs. And, first, last game, there seemed to be not much space out there. Here tonight, you guys have 16 shots on goal in the first period. You scored a couple. Did you notice anything differently, maybe anything differently you guys did, anything differently from them in that opening 20 minutes?
It looked like both teams are just trying to get a lot of pucks in the net, try to create some havoc. elite goals in front of the net. You got to get people there and bodies there and pucks there, and it seems like both teams are trying to do that.
Yeah, and even after giving that first goal, good response by you guys, Evan. And looks like you guys were skating extremely well in that first period. I know you said volume shots, but you were able to get in on the forechecks, spend some zone time. How critical is that as far as getting that zone time and working those plays low to high where you can generate those rebound opportunities?
Yeah, it's huge. I think, we have the mentality of wearing the other team down through a 7-game series, and, every game we got to do that. And I think we did a good job in the first period of like you said, getting in on the forecheck and spending some time in their zone, and we'll look to continue to do that.
And Evan, obviously you guys have a chance to close the series out here tonight. How much does experience going back to last year come into play when you get to certain situations, specifically one like this one here tonight?
Yeah, just a little bit more composure, I think. It's having the experience of going through it. A lot of guys in that room know what it takes, and just having a little bit more composure and confidence, and we'll look to get the job done tonight.
Evan Rodriguez, our guest downstairs. Evan, thanks so much for stopping by. Best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thanks, anytime. Evan. Thank you.
That is Evan Rodriguez, the Panthers downstairs outside the dressing room after one period of action. 2-2 through 1. We hand it off to Kevin Rogers in just a moment for a full game summary and a look around the rest of the National Hockey League. Our first intermission show is upon us. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here in Tampa. Kevin Rogers standing by in our network studios. We send it back to him in just a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Amalie Arena, Game 5 of this best-of-7 series between the Panthers and the Lightning. A win for the Panthers tonight. They advanced to the second round up 3-1, but so far through 20 minutes of play, all tied up at 2. Kevin Rogers with you. Andrei Vasilevsky and Sergei Bobrovsky in the nets this evening. Panthers off that comeback victory in Game 4. Aaron Ekblad out tonight due to suspension. And Tampa Bay, who's had some struggles early on in these first periods, they would get on the board a little more than 2.5 minutes in.
And the puck over in that far corner, battled for. Chafee has it for the Lightning to Victor Hedman. Long shot from the line, poked out in front, they score. And it's Gage Gonsalves. His first career Stanley Cup playoff goal, and it comes early in Game 5 to get the Lightning up 1-0.
Gage Gonsalves, his first of the series, his fourth point. He's played very well so far in this series for Tampa Bay. 2:33 into the first. Luke Glendening and Victor Hedman with the assist. Lightning with the early 1-0 lead. Panthers, we got on the power play a few minutes later, and Carter Verhaeghe would burn his old team to tie things up at 1 apiece.
Off the face-off, the puck played behind the net. Verhaeghe has one hop away. Then it's Tkachuk down through the far circle for Reinhardt. Back out to Tkachuk covering the right point. Long wrist shot, tipped in front, loose, and they score! And it's Carter Verhaeghe there in front of the net to jam it home. A power play goal! And the Panthers tie this game at 1, and it only took 12 seconds on the man advantage.
5:21 is the first period. Second goal of the series for Carter Verhaeghe comes in the power play. Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Reinhardt assisting. Panthers even things up at 1 apiece. Then less than 5 minutes later, Anton Lundell would give the Panthers their first lead of the night.
Kucherov does have it, and then he has it stripped away. Panthers charge out. Ed to the Wolsterine, a heck of a play there. Up the left side now to Marchand. Over the offensive line. Looking for somewhere to put it. Wolsterine and Marchand in front. Off Anton Lundell, and they score! And the Panthers take a 2-1 lead with 9:54 to play in the first. Marchand and Wolsterine, a great little passing play, and then Marchand throws it out front. It's off the skate of Anton Lundell, and the Panthers take the lead.
10:06 into the first period. Second goal of the series for Anton Lundell. Third assist of the series for Brad Marchand. Also Etu Wolsterine assisting as well. Panthers their first lead at 2-1. But then a little more than 2 minutes later, Tampa Bay would even things up at 2 apiece.
Chafee there to get things moving for the Lightning. To center ice, Geekie heads in right side, then slams on the brakes. The 6'4", 20-year-old out to the line. Long drive. And that one is off a body from Perbix. Pull in front of shot, and they score. And Tampa Bay has tied the game at 2 with 7:44 to go here in the first.
Nick Paul scoring a second of the series. Connor Geekie assisting. 12:16. It's the first. Lightning even things up at 2 apiece, which is where we sit through 20 minutes of play. Sergei Bobrovsky, 7 saves on 9 Lightning shots. Andrei Vasilevsky has seen 16 Panther shots. He's made 14 saves so far. Coming up, we'll take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Get you updated on the Capitals and the Canadiens. They are in the second period in D.C. Panthers 2, the Lightning 2 through 1 period of play at Amalie Arena. Game 5 of this best-of-7 series. Panthers up 3-1 as we continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs, including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
First intermission continues in Tampa. Kevin Rogers with you. Panthers and Lightning all tied up at 2. Game 5 of this best-of-7 series. Panthers with the win will advance to the second round. Verhaeghe and Lundell, the goal scorers for the Panthers. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. The Capitals looking to advance to the second round, and right now in control over the Canadiens, 2-0, 7 minutes to go in the second period from D.C. Alex Ovechkin has scored his 4th, and Jacob Chychrun his 2nd for Washington. Capitals up 3-1 in that series. The Jets and Blues are knotted up at 2 games apiece, headed back to Winnipeg tonight at 9:30. Home team has won all 4 games. Jets won the first 2, Blues won the second 2, and now we'll see if Winnipeg can grab back the lead at 3-2, or if St. Louis can go home with a 3-2 advantage. That game, again, coming up at 9:30 from Canada Life Center. Up next, we'll take a look at the South Florida sports scene, then bring it back for the second period in Tampa. Panthers 2, the Lightning 2. Through 20 minutes of play, Game 5 of this best-of-7 first-round series. Panthers up 3-1 in the series as we continue right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
A couple minutes away from the start of the second period at Amalie Arena. Panthers 2, the Lightning 2. Kevin Rogers with you. Quick look at the South Florida sports scene. The Marlins lose today in L.A. to the Dodgers 12-7. Marlins fall to 12-18. They're back at home Friday to host the Athletics. Up next, it is the second period from Amalie Arena. Panthers looking to finish off the Lightning with a win and advance to the second round. Panthers 2, the Lightning 2. Second period up next right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Back here at Amalie Arena in Tampa, it's the Panthers and the Lightning tied at 2 through one period of play. A busy opening frame, to say the least, from Amalie Arena here in Tampa. Game number 5. The Panthers lead the best-of-7 series 3-1. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations. From Miami to Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Safe. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean. It's the Panthers and the Lightning, Game 5. of this first-round best-of-7 series. If necessary, Game 6 would be coming up on Friday night at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 7 would be Sunday back here in Tampa. As much as we love all you Panthers fans, and we'd love to see you again very soon, we would love to see the Panthers take care of business and get it done here tonight. Puck played down to our right, inside the Lightning zone. It's Darren Radish behind the goal. Puck played into the neutral zone. Chafee, he'll dump it in for the Lightning down to our left. Panthers in white, left to right. The Lightning in blue, right to left here in this second period of action. Game tied at 2. Action down to our left inside the Panthers zone. Kulikov, Luostarinen up the ice, looking for Marchand. Overshot him a little bit. Back to the Lightning line. It's Hedman, and he'll send it on for Girgensons, who plays it in for Tampa Bay. Bobrovsky to the corner. A takeaway. It's whipped off the side of the Panthers net by Chafee. Picked up in the near corner, then by Anton Lundell. He walks it on for the Panthers. Rink-wide feed, Nico Mikkola. He's run into and taken down hard by Radish. Mikkola got the puck deep, though. Back behind the net, it's Victor Hedman. Gave it away. Luostarinen side of the goal, into the far corner. Backhand banked out the line. Forsling, a shot. He scores! Gus Forsling from out at the left point. A big blast through traffic, and the Panthers have the lead. It's 3-2, 52 seconds into the second period. That may have been deflected. Barkov was out in front, and the Panthers have a 3-2 lead.
First off, credit to Mikkola for taking a hit to make a play.
Yep.
He had to take a big-time hit to get that puck down deep in behind Vasilevsky, and all of a sudden Marchand and Luostarinen are down there battling against a couple of defensemen, and they work it out, and that's that forechecking pressure. Luostarinen gets it back to Forsling. A couple of players in front. Vasilevsky can't see this puck, and I'm not sure if anyone touched it on the way, but Forsling drifted one. And again, it's that Lundell, Marchand, Luostarinen line with another even-strength goal for the Panthers.
3-2, it's the Panthers in front. They led 2-1 at one point. Now they lead 3-2. We can officially call this a bit of a seesaw game as each team has had a lead in this one. The Panthers have now had 2 leads. Puck played back inside the Panthers zone. It's Barkov after it. Around for Forsling. Out of the zone, Reinhardt. He'll bring it out across center, and it's lobbed in on Vasilevsky. Play to the far corner. Perbix for Gonsalves. Sidesteps Sam Bennett. And then Braden Point walks through the neutral zone down to our left to the far circle. Missed Gonsalves on a pass. Point recovers. Gonsalves behind the net. 2-on-2 scrum. Back in behind the goal. This one battled for in the trapezoid behind Bobrovsky. Loose at the side of the net. Bennett plays it out of harm's way. Whacked at by Verhaeghe. Didn't get it out. Over along the far side. It's Bennett there to shovel one ahead. Puck goes down to our right. Inside the Lightning zone. Emil Lilleberg after it. We've gone 2 minutes here in the second. It's 3-2. The Panthers in front.
That was just all good hockey all around. Mikkola taking that hit and then that forechecking pressure again. Lundell, Luostarinen not letting the defenseman off the hook, and they win that battle behind the net. Marchand with a couple of points, a couple of assists in this game. Luostarinen also has a couple of assists.
Now here on the near side, Tkachuk. Bennett. Tkachuk right circle. Looks back for Rodriguez. Pass didn't connect, but Rodriguez fights to hold it in the zone. Out to the near point. Rodriguez near side. Tkachuk dumped over by Hedman. Loose puck along the near boards. Moser there. He'll walk it around the back of the net. As of right now, Forsling's first of the playoff is how that one's being scored. Here's Gonsalves heading in near side. Kulikov puts a body on him in front. A pass to Cirelli and a save made by Bobrovsky. And maybe his biggest save of the hockey game right there as Gonsalves somehow is able to get a pass out front to Cirelli. He had a wide open look, but it was Bobrovsky there to make the save, keeping the Panthers up 1 with 17-19 to go here in the second.
Panthers really got caught out of position this time, getting their defenseman high. Everyone plastered to the boards on that left side. And all of a sudden, Cirelli, who's been relatively quiet in this season, finds himself all alone against Bobrovsky. Coming around, Bobrovsky came away out to challenge that shot against Cirelli, cut down that angle, and didn't get much to shoot out. That's a big save at a good time for Bobrovsky.
Long drive from Perbix and a right pad save through traffic. Bobrovsky on that point shot from Perbix. Puck dumped in by Jesper Boquist. Down to our right. Perbix run into by Sturm. Loose puck near corner. Paul poked it along. Lilleberg nudged it out of the zone. Center ice, it's Boquist. Couldn't settle it down. Gord pushed it down to our left inside the Panthers. And Kulikov puts a body on Gord. The Panthers have it. Mikkola will clear. And puck sent down to our right. Inside the Lightning end. Lilleberg, a quick pass on the counterattack. Here's Yanni Gord cruising back in. To Geekie. Geekie in front. A chance for Paul. A shot and a save made by Bobrovsky. And he has that one held as he sealed it off at the near post. Nick Paul looking for his second of the game. Trying trying to get things tied up for Tampa Bay. But Sergei Bobrovsky, another nice save. 16:43 left in the second. 3-2 Panthers.
And this Geeky Paul Gord line might be the best of them all, and Connor Geeky might be the best player on the ice for the Lightning. He had a huge impact in that first period. This time he floats it in front. Paul's able to grab it out of midair, bat it down to his stick, and get that chance. Bobrovsky comes up with the goods again.
Sergei Bobrovsky, a couple of nice saves here to start this second period. Face off in the near circle down to our left inside the Panthers zone. And Luostarinen pulls it back. Here on the near side, Seth Jones lobs one out through center ice. Victor Hedman back for this one. Gave one away. Brad Marchand looking out front. Can't get a pass through as Hedman recovers. Marchand back on it. Luostarinen far boards. This line really effective tonight, as Billy mentioned. A shot from Forsling out at the far point, and that one deflected away. Chafee tries to clear. Kept in. Luostarinen to the net. Marchand tied up. Couldn't get a clean contact with that puck, and now the puck played out the line. Forsling a drive, and that one high of the Lightning net. Good pressure from the Panthers once again here as Victor Hedman looks across, has Radish. Radish back rink wide for Girgensons. Up the near side he goes. He'll play it in for Tampa Bay.
That line's just humming for the Panthers. They're setting the template as far as the speed and the pace goes for the Panthers.
Marchand to Jones. Up the near side, Seth Jones dumps it down. In the near corner, a 2-on-2 scrum. Kucherov to Point. Tampa Bay breaks it out. Eric Chernak back to Braden Point. In over the Panthers line. High slot. Chernak in front. Makes a move. Save Bobrovsky. The rebound. Oh, what a save made by Bobrovsky on Gonsalves, who was looking for his second of the game, trying to tie it for the Lightning. He looked like he might have been down and out after the initial save, but in a full split position, fully extended, Sergei Bobrovsky stopped Gonsalves on the rebound.
Outrageous. Remarkable goaltending by Bobrovsky there. Not once, but twice. And that rebound save is going to be one for the archives as he stretches out Robs Gonsalves. First one is able to get a piece with that poke check and some breakdown in the coverage there as the Panthers left two Lightning wide open. We've seen that happen a couple of times here in the second period.
Puck rolls over the Lightning line. Boquist, far circle. And it's whipped out front by Bennett. Deflects off to the near side. Gonsalves takes it away, gives to Cirelli. And he will play it out of the zone down to our left. A foot race for this one. Balinskis and Chafee battle to the far corner. Nate Schmidt there. And he will flutter one out to the neutral zone, clearing for the Panthers. 14:41 left in the second. 3-2 the score. Billy, if you're on the Lightning bench, do you see a save like that and think, uh-oh?
I think you're okay with
Here on the left side, it's going to be played out front. Tkachuk tied up as he was spotted by Nico Sturm. Now in the near corner, Evan Rodriguez got crossed up with one of our referees. They both go down. The Tampa Bay Lightning break it out. Up the right side, it's Gensel, stripped away by Forsling. And then the Panthers will charge out. Here on the near side, it's Seth Jones. Plays it across to the trailer. A shot. Rodriguez was tied up, couldn't get it through. And the Tampa Bay Lightning counter now. Some end-to-end action here in the second period. Hedman, Cirelli to Gord in the near circle, and the pass missed him. Sturm bumps Gord on the end wall, and then they both go down to the ice. Puck caught up beneath them, and Gus Forsling able to come away with it.
I don't think you ever in your head go, uh-oh, as a player. You're just happy about the chances. And if you're the Lightning, seeing that you're getting some chances that you haven't had, really, in the first four games, they're getting more chances on both sides than we've seen. This game's been played pretty wide open, but you do get those saves. And when I was on the bench and goaltenders made saves, you were always just on the bench, just say, stick with it, go with it. We're going to get one eventually if we continue to play like this. So from the Lightning standpoint, it's partly encouraging, but Bobrovsky, we all know what he can do, and he was able to slam the door.
Yeah, his biggest save of the night, no question about that, is puck's played down to our right, inside the Lightning zone. Chafee for Geeky. Up the near side, Geeky cruising in. Offside call against the Lightning. 13:04 to go in the second. 3-2. It's the Panthers in front. And now, away from the play, Lilleberg in after Tkachuk. And our linesman getting the middle of those two. Nothing's going to come from that, I don't believe. Perhaps Lilleberg just trying to pull Tkachuk into some extracurriculars, and everything's calmed down for now. 13:04 left in the second. 3-2 Panthers. Back with more Game 5 action in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Back here in Tampa at Amalie Arena, site of Game 5 of this first-round best-of-7 Stanley Cup playoff series. The Panthers have the Lightning on the brink of elimination. The Panthers hoping to move on to round 2 with a win, and right now they find themselves up 3-2, 13:04 left in the middle frame. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay with you, Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. Ed Pendino's our on-site engineer, and Vlad Lusant back at studio control.
In big parts of Sergei Bobrovsky. Got to look at the replay, and Chernak led the rush, and he drew all kinds of attention, and Bobrovsky missed with the poke check. Bobrovsky got out with the right leg to make the save on Chernak, and then none of the Panthers stopped in front of the net. They just swung behind the net, let Gonzalez wide open, and then the full splits. One was with the right pad, and the second one was on the left side.
Up the left side, Burkov a shot, and Vasilevsky is saved to keep the Lightning within 1, 12:50 left in the second.
That just shows you how powerful Bobrovsky is down low with the legs. The ability to make that save on the right side, and with the poke check, he's all out, but he's able to strongly push with that right pad and get all the way across and do the full splits. And these goaltenders, both Vasilevsky and Bobrovsky, their lower halves are powerful, and that's why they're able to do those kind of things, make those kind of saves, and also not getting caught out of position. You just, that first save, you're not out of position. You have time, and you have the strength to recover, and that's frustrating as a player. Right? If I'm Gonzalez, you don't score a lot. I was one of those players, when they get saves on you like that, you just go back to the head and you shake your bands. That was the first thing I realized when I came to the NHL. The goalies was a lot different than anything I had ever faced before.
Off a Tampa Bay face-off win. Puck played up the near side by Ryan McDonough into the neutral zone and down to our left. And just saw an interesting graphic from our friends over at Scripps Sports, and we'll get to it in just a moment. Speaking of the goalies, Billy, up the far side of the ice, carried on by Sam Reinhardt. He'll play it down to our right. Around the end boards it goes. McDonough behind the net, Chernak, and he will clear down to our left. 20th all-time meeting head-to-head between Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky as we have an icing call against the Lightning. 4th all-time as far as playoff head-to-head goaltending matchups. He had Johnny Bauer and Terry Sawchuk 21 times went head-to-head. Braden Holtby and Henrik Lundqvist 21 times. And then the all-time number 1, Jacques Plante and Glenn Hall, Mr. Goalie, 27 times went head-to-head in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Start over 500 straight games.
And I was going to say, on top of that, I know we throw it around a lot. We'll get to it in a moment. Bennett, a shot through traffic from the right circle, hauled in by Vasilevsky, and a save made. You have to think about it. Every time you throw around the unbreakable record phrase, but there is one unbreakable. It could be the most unbreakable record in pro sports, in major pro sports. Glenn Hall played 502 straight games in net. That's never going to happen again. The game just isn't played that way, and goalies don't do that.
They don't. It's unheard of. But on the flip side of it, for playoffs, Andrei Vasilevsky is making his 114th consecutive start for the Lightning in the playoffs. That dates all the way back to 2016. On the other end, Bobrovsky, he's playing in game number Wayne Gretzky, 99.
99th career playoff game for Sergei Bobrovsky as Connor Geekie plays it off to the far point for J.J. Moser. Long wrist shot wide into the near corner, picked up by Matthew Tkachuk. He'll toss one up the near side, and
penalty coming up here. This is going to be a slash against Bennett.
He was in there against Hedman along the near boards. Then Bennett
he might get two.
He took him down again.
This might be 4 minutes. It's not going to be 5-on-3, but the initial arm was up, and then the other referee got the arm in the air. So this might be 4 minutes against Bennett. We'll have to wait until see. Hopefully the Panthers touch the puck before anything happens in this 6-on-5 attack for the Lightning.
Yeah, he's guilty of the slash for sure, but then Hedman was cruising to the bench, and Bennett knocked him down right in the center circle. Here on the near side, Greer takes it away from Geekie, and the whistle blows. So 11:22 left in the second, 3-2 the score. Greer and Geekie, a little conversation now. They are separated by our linesmen, and now Sam Bennett ushered to the penalty box. Here's the call.
Okay. Florida, number 9, 2 minutes for slashing.
So it's just the one. I saw the other arm go up for it.
Well, he's pretty fortunate there, I think.
Yeah.
You run into a referee having a bad day, and he might have wound up with 2 minor penalties.
Garrett Rank, the other referee, I saw him put his arm up a couple of beats later, and I thought he might be doing something with the tripping call through the middle of the ice. Only the slash on the side, on the hands. Panther short-handed, and they're really testing the mettle of this penalty-killing group for the Panthers.
So the Panthers are 1 for 1 on the kill. Second Lightning power play here.
That's where you got to be careful if you're Bennett. You know he already taken one. Then sometimes they will call that extra. You go across and blatantly trip up a guy.
Face-off one back to Hedman. A shot blocked and slapped out of the zone quickly by Forsling. And the Lightning will reload in the center circle. It's Kucherov. Dropped it back, Braden Point. Full head of steam. Heads in right side, peels off to the boards. Braden Point out to the right point. Nico Sturm right there in his face. Leaves it out the line. Hedman. Far side, Kucherov. Down to the corner. It's Gensel. Back to Kucherov. Right side in the circle. Kucherov up top, Hedman. Hedman to Kucherov, top of the right circle. A shot, and it's knocked away by Bobrovsky. Got enough of that glove hand on it to get it aside. Picked up along the boards, and Seth Jones didn't clear, but it's sent all the way down by Nico Sturm. And with that, 10:43 left in the second. 3-2 Panthers here in Game 5 at 1:18 left in the Lightning power play.
Panthers so good at getting to rebounds. After that shot by Kucherov, it's in behind the net, and then it's just full throttle, everyone attack mode, and the Panthers are able to get it down the other end of the ice.
Sorelli plays it along the near side. Around the inboards it goes, out to the far point. Braden Point, right side. It's kicked away. Good pressure from Barkov. As Point tried to make a move. Puck went off Barkov's skate into the neutral zone. Victor Hedman, center circle for Tampa Bay. Quick feed to Gensel and then poke to Kucherov. He'll head in. Kucherov drifts off to the right circle. He's got 2 Panthers on him. Barkov knocked it away. The Panthers don't clear, though. Hedman to Gensel has room. Wrist shot, he scores. Upstairs. May have been a deflection on the way. Either way, that puck finds the back of the net. We're tied at 3 here with 10:03 left in the second.
The zone entry by Kucherov, he's going about as slow as you can go. He's still able to get the puck into the zone and swerve around a couple of players. And the Panthers were focused there on Kucherov, trying to get it off his stick, and he was able to hang on to it. Got it back to the point for Hedman, and on his strong side, over to Gensel, who's been a playoff performer his whole career. Just takes that wrist shot from the top of the left side, is able to elevate it over the glove of Sergei Bobrovsky and tie this game back up at 3. And it has been a seesaw battle back and forth, and that zone entry there by Kucherov that's hard to do. He's hardly even skating. You see Kucherov when he's in full flight, it's going to be hard, but he's able to dance in just inside that blue line, contain control of the puck, get it down on the sideboards, and eventually work it back to Hedman, and Hedman just throws it over to Gensel, and finally the Lightning power play that has just been stuck in neutral throughout the course of this series after Game 1. Able to tie a goal. Both teams got the power play goal, and 3-3, and we're almost exactly at the midway point in 3 seconds.
So the Panthers' third goal, it has been credited to Barkov.
Okay, yeah, Barkov I thought might have got a piece of it.
He got a piece of that in front. This one here, it's going to be Gensel's third of the series. Puck played across far side, too far for Nick Paul. Down to our left it goes, and it's muscled around near side. 73 points in 74 career playoff games for Jake Gensel. Perbix, far side for Nick Paul. Paul has it stripped away. Good play back in the Panthers zone by Uvis Balinskis, who bolts ahead. Gains center, he plays it in. Around the end boards it goes. Whacked at by Moser. Didn't get it out. Now a takeaway. Bennett backhand in front. It just missed the stick of Tkachuk. Over on the far boards, then picked up and played on by Perdix. Center ice, Nick Paul. Maneuvers off to the near wing. He's got Seth Jones on him. The puck came free. Rodriguez. Out to the line. Moser kept it in. Now Geeky across. Chernak a chance. Save Bobrovsky. Loose in front. And Paul couldn't get a shot away. Gonsalves up top for Chernak. Across for Moser. Moser across the ice. A takeaway. Maybe a breakaway for Bennett. He'll cruise in. Tries to split the defense. He was caught up to. Dishes left circle. Shot and Marchand's attempt off a lightning stick and out of play. With 8:52 to go here in the second period. Tied at 3. It's the Panthers and the Lightning here in Game 5. We'll bring it back for more Game 5 action straight ahead. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-edged, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
8:52 to play, second period here in Tampa. Game 5 continuing on. The Panthers a 3-1 series lead. 3-3 our score here. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
The best hockey lives here.
Back to Rick. Far side shot. Score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Face off to Vasilevsky's right down to our right. Barkov will take the face off against Braden Point. And it's Eric Chernak there to flip one out of the zone. Center ice, Forsling to Barkov, and then Barkov will rip it down to our left. That rims around the end board. It's going to be an icing call.
One ref,
just shy of center.
One linesman waved it off, and the other linesman had his arm in the air. They went with the call, and that ends up being an icing, and that was called tight. Barkov merely inches away from the red line when he released that puck.
8:43 left in the second period. 3-3 the score. Face off near circle down to our left, and it's Barkov on for the draw against Cirelli. Barkov, Reinhardt, Verhaeghe, Jones, and Forsling, the 5 Panthers on. Pulled back to Jones, and he'll launch one out to the neutral zone. McDonough, near side, pressured by Reinhardt. Verhaeghe to Jones, and then across the neutral zone. Forsling tracks one down, gives to Barkov, and he'll flip it down to our right, deep into the Lightning end. Back behind the net, McDonough over to the far side. It's punched out of the zone by Chernak. Tipped to Gensel, and he was slowed down just inside the, or I should say just around the blue line, drawing the Lightning offside with 8:22 left in the second. 3-3 is our score here this evening at Amalie Arena in Tampa. Panthers trying to close out this first-round series.
Leads haven't lasted long. When you get a lead, shortly after that, Lightning led 1-0, then 1-1, Panthers 2-1, and right back. Every time that someone has scored and taken the lead, there's been a pretty quick. That was the longest we went between there, that after Barkov scored in that power play goal, but both teams have had responses when they needed it.
Puck dumped in by Lundell. Down and around the inboards, near corner, Marchand. Then Luostarinen, who's got 2 assists in the game, shovels it over to the far corner. Lundell whips it back around near side. Kulikov pinching in. Keeps it down low. Backhand behind the net. Perbix cuts it off for Tampa Bay. He'll be held up on the end wall. Short feed, Luke Glendening. Here on the near side of Chafee, and he'll backhand it down to our left. After it for the Panthers, Nico Mikkola. Back behind the net, flings it around near side, Marchand. Brad Marchand into the neutral zone, through the Lightning logo. He maneuvers in, lost the puck, and Perbix will punch it out of the zone. Now maybe a one-on-one coming back. Down to our left, Chafee against Jones. Chafee to the corner, Jones sticks to him, and then a hit delivered over in the corner by Luostarinen. Knocked the puck away. Panthers charge out to center, and Anton Lundell will rip it deep into the offensive end. Panthers get a partial change here as back behind the Lightning net. Moser is there to play it.
Some nifty moves by Brad Marchand. Worked his way up all the ice, but finally one move too many. Should have pulled the trigger. Got it top of the face-off circles. Let it go by that time.
Braden Point out around center, looks right, and Kucherov heads up that wing. Kucherov out of the circle, backhand in front, looking for Gensel. That one deflected away, and the Panthers start the counterattack. Kachuk to Bennett. Bennett through center. He'll lob one in on Vasilevsky. That's blockered away, and Victor Hedman has his stick knocked away by
Bennett. It's
Bennett.
going to be Bennett again. Same
on
thing
Hedman
on
again.
Hedman again. Bennett's got you're going to have to live with this. This is the way Bennett plays, but these are avoidable penalties. On the hands a couple of times.
9, 2 minutes for slashing.
Identical calls, and he's leaning into a little bit of hot water. Bennett just dumped it in on the goaltender Vasilevsky, went to chase it down in the corner, and a slash on the hands broke Hedman's stick in half.
Oh, yeah, the evidence is right there. When the stick's laying on the ice broken in half, there's nothing you can really do.
And sometimes you might argue that call, but part of it is you have to make that call because Bennett ends up with possession of the puck after the slash. If he ends up with possession, they end up scoring somehow with Hedman not having a stick. It's a call that just has to be made, and Bennett can't put himself into those type of positions. And this Lightning power play, they gained a little bit of confidence with that Gensel goal.
Tampa Bay 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Both teams 1 for 2 on the power play tonight, as a matter of fact.
And that penalty is 190 feet away from your own net. There's no real reason to take it.
Off the face-off, scramble near circle down to our left. Kucherov on it. He'll play it along the near side for Point. Kucherov bounces one out front of the Panthers net. It's punched to the corner. Gus Forsling there. Pounds it off the near boards. Point tied up by Sturm. Out to the line. Hedman will hold it in. Kucherov down low. Gensel inboards to the far corner. Kucherov back down behind the net. Gensel tried to center one. It's off Seth Jones. Gensel recovers. Far corner. Kucherov behind the net. Gensel. His pass broken up by Forsling. Panthers can't get full control to clear, though, and the Lightning keep it. Right corner, it's Kucherov. Tried to center again. Passing lane closed off in front now to Cirelli. And that is stolen away and cleared by Sturm. Close call in front there.
Just keeps making passes. He makes passes so quick. You know, most players, he's not even looking at the front of the net or where he's passing. Just passed it there on the stick of Cirelli. Panthers defenseman able to break it up.
Point over the Panthers line. Gives to Cirelli. Pass across the ice. Gensel off a bounce. Kucherov at the far point. Let it go by to Hedman. Hedman near circle. Cirelli. Kucherov the far circle. Up top. Hedman has time. Winds, fires. It deflects away. Over in the far corner. Picked up and cleared by Barkov. And that's one of the tricky things about Kucherov, Billy. No play is ever dead if he's around the puck.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch him. There is no play. He makes plays when you think it's almost impossible to make a play. And he finds a seam or an opening and threads it through a bunch of bodies and onto a stick, and that's why he's one of the game's best.
Third Art Ross trophy this year for Nikita Kucherov. Nick Paul dumps it in down to our left. Puck goes around the end boards. Gage Gonsalves tried to center, pass deflecting away. Lundell, now Marchand, maybe a shorthanded break. And he couldn't get that separation from Gonsalves. The puck was clubbed away. Panthers get the penalty kill unit changed up partially. In go the Lightning near side. Chafee to the corner as the next unit comes on. Radish winds it around. Kucherov stays on with the second power play unit. Kucherov dangles away from Luostarinen. Far circle, trying to pass. It's off Luostarinen, who grabs control of the puck, hands it out of the zone, and the Panthers start out. Bennett out of the box. Maybe a 2-on-1. Yes, it is. Bennett right circle, walks in, shot, and he scores! Fresh off serving the penalty. Sam Bennett takes the pass, bolts into the right circle, and the Panthers are up by a 4-3 score with 4:47 to go here in the second.
Timing is everything in life when you get released from the box, and all that couldn't work out any better for the Panthers. And I don't know if they were talking on the ice, But Luostarinen got this puck, and instead of icing it, they maybe had the awareness of the time on the clock, because normally when you're in a penalty kill situation, you're going to get the puck down at all costs on the boards there. And he's able to thread it to Lundell. And I could see it happening from up here. I was just watching the clock and winding down and knowing Bennett's going to come out. And what a smart play by Luostarinen, and feeds it to Lundell. Once it got to Lundell, they're in a line change on the other side. Kucherov had been out there for the complete 2 minutes, and it sprung at the right time. Lundell just gives it to Bennett, who fresh out of the penalty box, and he's a left-handed shot coming down the right side. And the weakness to Vasilevsky can be that blocker side. If you're going to shoot, and it's just going to be you and him, I would always go to that blocker side, exactly what Bennett does. And he ends up beating Vasilevsky. And Sam Bennett, like you said, you're going to have to live and die with those penalties. There's Nate Schmidt here in a little...
Yeah, we've got a Panther down. Nate Schmidt shaken up.
Little discomfort here.
A crowd draws, and Schmidt back to his feet. Dave DiNapoli, Panthers trainer, onto the ice to have a look. We will go to a media timeout once this situation is settled down. But Sam Bennett, fresh off serving that penalty, he darts in, and I can vouch for it. Billy Lindsay was up here directing traffic. You were talking with your hands. I can see it. You were pointing here, you were pointing there, and all of a sudden that play develops.
Yeah, I could. I just like I was telling Luostarinen, don't ice it. Bennett's coming out of the box, and for whatever reason he didn't. And what a smart play.
So Eetu Luostarinen, you think he's going to wind up with his third assist for the night on that. Nate Schmidt's going to head to the bench, and we'll wait and see what comes out of this. Our officials having a conference now, 4:42 left in the second. Panthers leading Game 5 by a 4-3 score. They lead the series 3-1. Nate Schmidt down the tunnel. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right, the deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com, and score big on your dental insurance.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Back here inside Amalie Arena in Tampa, it's the Panthers leading Game 5 by a 4-3 score. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, that's SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats and a face-off on the way from center. 4-3 Panthers on a goal from Sam Bennett just moments ago.
And you had it right off the air. Sam Bennett didn't think it could get any worse, and all of a sudden, you do that and totally redeem yourself. That was a perfect quote for the perfect moment, and Sam Bennett coming out of the box.
Face-off on the way from center ice. Panthers up 4-3. It's not Harry and Lloyd going to Aspen. Puck pulled back to Gus Forsley. Far side of the ice dumped in by Verhaeghe down behind the net. McDonough played around near side. Chernak to McDonough. Backhand out of the zone. And now Gonsalves will flip it along. Near side, it's Cirelli run into by Forsling. Plays it around the end boards. Inside the Panthers zone. Down to our left. Panthers don't clear. Gensel, a low shot. Loose in front. Backhanded wide by Chernak. Crossing it through the slot area. Right across the front of the Panthers net. Now McDonough. Right point. Gives to Gensel across Chernak. Chernak, a shot save made by Bobrovsky. 4:04 left in the second. 4-3 Panthers as Bobrovsky holds on. Chernak, maybe his most active offensive game he's had so far in the series, and he does have a goal in the series.
He's
but
been up to
tonight
play
he's
all
been
the
around
time.
the puck a lot.
He's been usually it's Hedman that's doing that kind of stuff. This time it's been Chernak, and Panthers with another one-goal cushion. Third time the Panthers have led by one goal in this game. Now got to hold on to it and hopefully extend it. Get the next goal to go their way and finally get a 2-goal cushion.
Yeah, nobody's had that. The Lightning led 1-0. The Panthers have led now 2-1, 3-2, and 4-3. 3 times Tampa Bay's had the answer. Puck played up the far side. Eetu Luostarinen, 3 assists here in this game. As the puck is nudged by Bobrovsky to Luostarinen up the near side and down to our right. Anton Lundell, multi-point game for him. As the Lightning try and charge in, Mikkola disrupts the play at the line. Second chance, Luke Glendening will play it in for the Lightning down to the far corner. Kulikov planted him into the corner boards, but the puck rims around. Here on the near side, Mikkola didn't clear. Girgensons kept it in. Down and around it goes. 3.5 minutes to go. Second period, 4-3. It's the Panthers in front. Far side of the ice. This one rolled along by Girgensons. Far side of the ice. It's disrupted along the boards. Kulikov trying to pry it free over there. Eventually it comes for Mikkola. A hard check on Chaffee in the corner. They both went down to the ice and they both get back to their feet. Meanwhile, the Panthers get a clear from Anton Lundell. Brad Marchand up the right wing for the Panthers. Slams on the brakes, finds Lundell. Behind the back dish to Marchand. Shot, and it's blocked. Yanni Gord on it. He'll flip it off to the far boards. Picked up then by Braden Point. He's ridden to the boards by Marchand. Got a feed to Gord. Up the near side, Lilleberg. Emil Lilleberg down for Gord. Backhand on net save by Bobrovsky. And the puck picked up, played up the near side. And good to see Nate Schmidt back into the action. Went down the tunnel there before the last commercial timeout. Nate Schmidt, far side, in there against Yanni Gord, who plays the puck deep. Kucherov is shouldered off the puck by Seth Jones. Far side, Braden Point. He'll hand it out to the line. Perbix, Hedman, near side to the circle. Hedman back out to the line. Perbix is there. Perbix is shot, tipped in front, and it's high from Kucherov. Into the near corner, a loose puck. Rodriguez couldn't advance it. Nate Schmidt now tackle behind the play. Jones was whipped to the ice by Yanni Gord. Meanwhile, in go the Panthers. Sam Bennett, a shot, save, rebound is cleared away from the front of the net by Victor Hedman as Rodriguez was cruising in.
All that scramble, but they had 3 players caught, and it led to a 3-on-2, slowly developing. Bennett was able to hold on to it enough as the 2 wingers drove hard to the net and found himself with a little time to let a heater wrist shot go against Vasilevsky.
Now the puck brought out front. A shot saved Bobrovsky on Paul. Loose into the near circle. Nick Paul settles it back at the line. Couldn't get it down deep. Reinhardt and McDonough tie up. Barkov a backhand up the near side, and then Reinhardt drives it out of the zone. It's played around center by Geekie. Cross ice to Chernak, kicked away by Balinskis. Then Paul bumped at the line. Offside call against the Lightning. 1:31 to go here in the second. 4-3. It's the Panthers in front of Tampa Bay. Game 5 continuing on, and the Panthers trying to close out this series tonight.
And Bennett with those penalties, you're going to have to live with it. He plays on the edge, and he's going to score the goals. Came into this game leading the Panthers in hits, in shots, and all of a sudden that's his 3rd goal of the series, 5th point. This time of year he shows up. It's been proven, and it's not a fluke anymore. You look at the track record over the course of his playoff career. He plays his best hockey at the biggest moments.
Playoff Sam has 3 goals in the series here, and he's got 61 points in 89 career Stanley Cup playoff games. Off the draw, the Lightning have it. Hedman, he'll send one down from a long distance. Gloved by Bobrovsky and held with 1:26 on the clock, and then Cirelli involved in a little scuffle with Kulikov out in front of the net. 1:26 left in the second. 4-3 Panthers.
Paul Maurice had a little scare with Sam Bennett in the morning skate this morning. He came down, he was having fun with it, but Bennett stepped on some pucks or whatever and went to the bench, and all of a sudden it needed trainers and everyone he was calling and everything. He's going down the list of people he's going to get mad at, and all of a sudden he went over to Sam Bennett because Bennett said, I don't know what happened there, and he skated right by, and he thinks Bennett maybe has an injury. Goes over to the bench, and it's an equipment problem.
Yeah, it was a skate issue.
A skate issue, and all of a sudden Paul Maurice says, oh, okay, yeah, I'm okay. Said his heart sank for a couple of minutes, and once he realized that was going to be okay, he was really happy.
Yeah, we can fix equipment.
Yeah, we can fix equipment. We can. Injuries are a little tougher.
Puck played down by Cirelli into the near corner. It's Kulikov up the near side. Loose along the boards as Kucherov kept it in. To the line, it's Victor Hedman. Over to the far point, Chernak, Hedman straight on, long shot right into the logo on the front of Bobrovsky's jersey, and again Cirelli, this time involved in an altercation with Nico Mikkola in front that our linesmen get to immediately. 1:02 left in the second, 4-3, it's the Panthers in front here in Game 5.
And even the Lightning, they've had scoring chances in this second period. They've been both ways, and another one of those games where it's going to come down to the goaltenders in that third period. They've been okay. They haven't been great on either side. But Bobrovsky did have that one excellent sequence in this period. Stonewalled a couple of people, but even other than that, Jake Gensel power play wrist shot maybe would like to have back, and then beaten Vasilevsky clean, just mano a mano.
Hedman backed up to the Lightning line. Panthers left to right, Lightning right to left into the final minute of play here in the second. Braden Point up to the Panthers line. It's taken away, and the Lightning have to reset back inside their own end. Kucherov to Chernak. Then for Victor Hedman, Chernak and Marchand. They battle back behind the play. Hedman straight on. Kucherov, he'll hand it to Braden Point. Maneuvers into the high slot, lost control of the puck. He'll track it down to the corner. Takes a hard shot from Seth Jones. Anton Lundell will wind it around. This one's going to drift all the way down the ice. Maybe not far enough for an icing. Good touch on that one from Anton Lundell. 20 seconds left in the second period. 4-3 Panthers as Perbix will have to bring it the distance for Tampa Bay. Out across center, in over the Panthers line. Punched it down to the end wall. Gensel after it. He's got Forsling on him behind the net. Puck squirts out front. Gonsalves a crack at it. Couldn't make good contact. 7 seconds in the period. Gensel behind the net. Backhand feed. And that one's cut off by Rodriguez. Given on to Lundell. And then Matthew Tkachuk there to clear as the horn sounds. And that's it for 40 minutes of action. Then Geekie in against Tkachuk. And then we had a Lightning player come in and give a shot to Tkachuk after the horn. I think it was Gensel. And that's going to draw the attention of the Panthers here on the near side of the ice. It was. The horn had sounded and Gensel came flying in and gave an extra shot to Matthew Tkachuk. 4-3 Panthers through 2 periods of play. And, well, if you're Jake Gensel, you got to be careful there. His team's season's hanging in the balance right now. The Panthers are taking a lead into the room after 2. We'll see if anything gets handed out from this, but the Panthers in a good spot on the road here in Game 5. Up a goal through 2 periods of action.
Panthers 2-2. After the opening period, we'll see what the penalties are here. We're going to get some penalties out of this and see if Gensel gets anything extra.
Tampa
here.
number 59, Florida number 17, both 2 minors for roughing.
So we get roughing. We'll start the third period. 4-on-4.
Gensel and Rodriguez got the penalties. But we'll wait and see.
The Panthers were able to, 2-2, were able to open up the scoring there with a hard forechecking play. And Lundell, Luo, Serena, and even Marchand, they've been all over it. Barkov came on off the bench on a line change, and Luo Serena was able to get it back to the point for Forsling. Forsling let it go, and Barkov got a piece of it in front. Power play for the Lightning. They would respond as Jake Gensel got it at the top of the face-off circle, elevated the puck. That actually, getting a shot, look at the replay, might have went off the stick of Dmitry Kulikov on the way to the net. Power play goal for the Lightning, but the Lightning have been struggling mightily on the power play. 3-3, and the Panthers, for the third time in this game, Sam Bennett takes 2 slashing calls against Victor Hedman in that second period. One way down in the offensive zone, and one you'd maybe not like to take, but it worked out perfectly as the Panthers were able to kill that penalty. And soon as Bennett was coming out of the penalty box, Luo Serenen, this is partly, he has a couple of assists, might be feeling it in this game, and realizing a lot of times, okay, I'm making some plays here, and this clock's winding down. Have the understanding we're out of the penalty kill, and it happened perfectly. Instead of icing the puck, he gave it in to Lundell, and that created a quick 2-on-1. Tampa was in a change, and Bennett just came down, left-hand shot down that right wing, right out of the penalty box, and he wasn't looking past that at all. He just gave him the old heater.
Yep.
Put the number 1 down, fastball with the wrist shot, and beat Vasilevsky to the Walker's side, and the Panthers' third lead in this game, and they will take that lead into the locker room. There's been plenty of chances both sides. It's been wide open, and we've seen much. This complexion of this game has been like none of the
different from the other 4.
Yes, way different than the other 4. Doesn't matter how, though. You just got to find a way to try and finish it off here, and goaltending will be important in the third period, along with the Panthers. And seeing that, Panthers got to make sure here with that defense. They're one of the best, but that defensive structure and speed, we see them lost some coverage there in that second period. They've got to be able to eliminate that here as we move forward into the third.
4-3 Panthers after 2 in Game 5. Paint the Grain is a DIY craft studio which hosts workshops such as kids' birthdays, ladies' nights, and corporate events. They're located in Davie on Griffin Road. Check out paintthegrainstudio.com for their schedule of events and follow them on social media at Paint the Grain. 4-3. It's the Panthers over the Lightning through 2. Here in Game 5, the Panthers lead the best-of-7 series 3-1. Panthers their third lead of the game. Hopefully it's the last lead they'll need. We'll wait and see how things shape up in period number 3. Jameson Olive stops by next. He'll join Kevin Rogers after 40. You know Jameson from FloridaPanthers.com and the Territory Talk podcast. They'll break down the first 2 periods. We'll have stats and highlights. We'll have a look at JetBlue Out-of-Town scoreboard, and we'll get to your tweets. The world-famous former Twitter segment upcoming. At Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from all of you. 4-3, it's the Panthers over the Lightning through 40 minutes of play here in Tampa. The most anticipated segment of the evening, at least for right now. Coming up next, Kevin Rogers joined by Jameson Olive. They'll break down the first 2 periods here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a
What's up, sports fans? Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight for another night of the Playoff Pulse campaign here on Toronto Sports Insider and Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central. Got to check out with the new notebook. It's come in handy with all of the scheduling. Tonight we have 3 lives here on TSI as we prepare for our Leafs Game 6 tomorrow night. That's the big one. But the 3 matchups here on TSI, Montreal and Washington. We have our Blue Jays, our struggling Blue Jays against the Boston Red Sox. And then we have St. Louis and Winnipeg in the nightcap here on TSI. And the 2 games over on SOP Soccer Central are as follows. Hockey, Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning. And then the basketball game of the night, the Minnesota Timberwolves against the LA Lakers. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. We had to tone down the playoff pulse a little bit. We can't do every single game. We just have to stick with the big matchups and trying to keep every single sport covered and get ready for the big matchups like tomorrow night with the Maple Leafs. We've got to go get that W in Ottawa tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, and we'll see you back in the chat.
Unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
This is the Florida Panthers' second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission in Tampa. Time now for After 40. Kevin Rogers and Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com with you. Panthers a 4-3 lead over the Lightning. Panthers a 3-1 lead in the series. They can hold on for 20 more minutes. Then they will advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs as we bring in Jameson Olive. He is up at Amalie Arena in Tampa. They allowed him in the arena just minutes before the game so he could cover it. And Jameson, what's the atmosphere there like now? I'm sure the Lightning fans are counting down the seconds of their season potentially being over.
Well, like you said, that was their first mistake letting me in the building. It hasn't been good, no. But no, it's a really good atmosphere. Obviously, you sense the tenseness from the crowd. But we've been in some tense crowds before. I remember Game 7 against Boston in Boston a couple of years ago. That was more of a quiet tense, whereas tonight I think the fans are really fired up. They're really into it. They've been loud. And the good thing is there's also a good amount of Panthers fans here. I know the Panthers staff have about 100 people here, a couple of my coworkers, but also just red sprinkled throughout. And you've heard some cheers from them tonight as well. But overall, just a great crowd here at Amalie Arena, as it always is.
Before we get to the recap of the first 2 periods, quickly, what were your thoughts on the Aaron Ekblad suspension? Did you think it was too long, the 2 games for the hit on Hagel?
Yeah, that's something I could talk forever on, but if you want the quick version, I think obviously, if that happens in game one, I don't know if there's a suspension, and then you go ahead happening with everything that's happened. I get why it was one game, surprise at the second game. To me, that was the NHL kind of really putting their foot down and saying, all right, everyone cut it out. I think that was a little bit heavy. Ekblad has no previous history of anything like this. So I thought that was excessive. Obviously, we well knew he was probably getting one game just based on how this series was going. But regardless, the Cats have been good without him here tonight. Got to do one more game without him no matter what after this, whether that's Game 6 against Tampa or Game 1 against whoever they play in round 2. But a little excessive, but I get what the NHL's doing.
So let's recap what's gone on so far. 7 goals between these two teams. Gage Gonzalez got the scoring going for Tampa Bay back in the first to give the Lightning a 1-0 lead, and then back-to-back goals for the Panthers. Carter Verhaeghe on the power play. Anton Lundell scoring as well. Nick Paul would even things up at 2 apiece. So 2-2 after 1. We go straight to the second period. We're less than a minute in. The Panthers would take back the lead.
Mikkola got the puck deep, though. Back behind the net. It's Victor Hedman. Gave it away. Luostarinen side of the goal. Into the far corner. Backhand bank down the line. Forsling a shot. He scores! Gus Forsling from out at the left point. A big blast through traffic, and the Panthers have the lead. It's 3-2. 52 seconds into the second period. That may have been deflected. Barkov was out in front, and the Panthers have a 3-2 lead.
That goal is actually credited to Alexander Barkov, his first of the postseason. Gustav Forsling and Eetu Luostarinen with the assist 52 seconds into the second to give the Panthers a 3-2 lead. And Barkov, we know how invaluable he is, Jameson, but good to see he's finally got his first goal of the series.
Yeah, it's great, but even before that goal, he's been so impactful in the series defensively in the faceoff circle. Heading into this game, he's winning over 60% of his faceoffs, a lot of them very big in the offensive zone. So he's been a beast this whole series, so nice for him to get rewarded there. And these are the types of games where you need your star players to show up. And like I said, even though Barkov's been showing up, you want that goal, you want that moment. Where he goes, the Panthers follow. So a great moment there for him, a great tip in front for the Panthers. This has been their recipe for beating Andrei Vasilevsky in the series. Just put pucks on net, look for tips, look for rebounds. It's working right now.
3-2 lead for the Panthers at that point, and then nearly halfway into the second period on the power play, Tampa Bay would even things up.
Kucherov. And then poke to Kucherov. He'll head in. Kucherov drifts off to the right circle. He's got 2 Panthers on him. Barkov knocked it away. The Panthers don't clear, though. Hedman to Gensel has room. Wrist shot, he scores. Upstairs. May have been a deflection on the way. Either way, that puck finds the back of the net. We're tied at 3 here with 10:03 left in the second.
Third goal of the series for Jake Gensel comes in the power play. Victor Hedman with the assist. 9:57 is the second. Lightning tie things up at 3 apiece. But then with less than 5 minutes to go in the second period, or a little more than 5 minutes to the second period, I should say, Sam Bennett would snap one past Vasilevsky to give the Panthers back the lead.
Kucherov dangles away from Luostarinen, far circle, trying to pass. It's off Luostarinen, who grabs control of the puck, hands it out of the zone, and the Panthers start out. Bennett out of the box, maybe a 2-on-1. Yes, it is. Bennett, right circle, walks in, shot, and he scores! Fresh off serving the penalty. Sam Bennett takes the pass, bolts into the right circle, and the Panthers are up by a 4-3 score with 4:47 to go here in the second.
15-13 to the second period. Sam Bennett, his third. Anton Lundell and Eetu Luostarinen assisting. Panthers up at that point 4-3. Quickly, Jameson, what do they got to do here in this final period? Obviously up 1, but to close the door and advance to the second round.
They just got to drag this out as long as they can. They can't let the Lightning get an early goal here, get the building back in. You got to kind of make the opposing team stress here a bit. Lightning season's on the line. Obviously, it's a big game for the Panthers no matter what, but the Lightning know they're playing right now. The summer is possibly starting tomorrow for these guys. You can't let them get back in this game. You can't let them tie it up. Because the longer this game goes, the more they're going to think about that, the more that's going to weigh on them, and that better that's going to be for the Panthers. And that being said, keep your foot on the gas. Try to find an extra goal here. I think a 2-goal lead with Sergei Bobrovsky in the net's pretty hard to overcome, so if that can happen, that'd be great as well.
19 saves on 22 shots for Sergei Bobrovsky. Andrei Vasilevsky, 20 saves on 24 shots. Jameson, all of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, I say this lovingly. I don't want to talk to you Friday. Hopefully the Panthers can close this thing out. Thank you.
Yeah, big shout out to Roger and Brendan in Pittsburgh as well. No power, but they're listening to that on the radio. You got to love that.
There you go. Jameson Howell, FloridaPanthers.com. As always, we appreciate Jameson's work. Panthers for the Lightning, 3 through 2 periods of play. Game 5 of this best-of-7 series. Panthers up 3-1 as we continue the second intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
Second intermission continues in Tampa. Panthers a 4-3 lead over the Lightning. Kevin Rogers with you. Panthers will win tonight. They advance to the second round of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Capitals looking to advance as well with a win at home over the Canadiens. Washington leads Montreal 3-1. 7 minutes left in the third. Game 5 of that best-of-7 series with Washington up 3-1. Coming up close to 10 o'clock, the Jets and the Blues from Winnipeg. That series all knotted up at 2 games apiece. Up next, it is the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers 4, the Lightning 3 through 2 periods of play at Amalie Arena right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit floridapanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Back here at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Game 5, Panthers up 4-3 through 2. World-famous former Twitter segment. You can always tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey every night. Roy in Scotland. We've got Steve tuned in. Dr. Greg on Sirius XM. Jeff in Niagara Falls is with us. We've got Michael tuned in tonight. Also listening this evening, Sean the Hawk. Josh in Pembroke Pines. Bill in Montana says, go Cats. We welcome you aboard. Will in Houston. We also have tuned in Scott the Cop / Marine checking in from Georgia. Special hello and a thank you to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a party night. Kurt, the South Carolina Twitter captain. We've got Rob in Massachusetts. We also have Judy in Australia, Carl, Northwest Indiana, Matt and Dina in Port St. Lucie, and Nisi in Tennessee, Noah, North Miami Beach, Decker, Eastvale, California, Ryan in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. We've got Bruce tuned in from the Dadeland Mall. I need to get out there. I've been there in a while. Gus in Greece is tuned in tonight. Gil in Houston tuned in. Stevie Joe and his dog Hank tuned in. We'll hit the rest on the other side. 4-3 Panthers heading to the third on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
20 minutes on the clock and we're ready to go. Panthers in white, right to left. The Lightning in blue, left to right. 4-3 Panthers here in Game 5. We head to the third period. Panthers now less than 20 minutes away from advancing to round 2. Here's a long feed from Kucherov to Chernak. Missed the mark behind the net. Chernak tracks it down for the Lightning. He'll leave it back behind the goal. Braden Point, Seth Jones, they battle. Puck squirts into the near corner, and it's Gus Forsling there to flutter one along. Handed on for Sam Reinhardt. In over the offensive line, down to our left. Into the near circle. Backhand on net, and that's paddled away by Vasilevsky. Out to the far point. Picked up by Jones. He backpedals. 4-on-4 here to start the period with those penalties from the end of the second period. Rodriguez and Gensel in the penalty boxes as Anton Lundell leaves one here for Verhaeghe, poked away. Nick Paul got it deep into the Panthers' end. Paul and Mikkola tie up back behind the net. Puck pushed off to the near side. Cirelli on it for the Lightning, shouldered down by Kulikov, and out come the Panthers. Carter Verhaeghe backhands one along down to our left, and Nick Perbix back to play it for the Tampa Bay Lightning as we've gone 1 minute here in this third period. The Panthers 4 and the Lightning 3.
Lou Serena's having a game of a lifetime for him. 3 assists in this game. First time that's happened in his career, and also he's been shutting down Kucherov and out there against him a lot.
Yeah, doing all the little things, and it's added up to 3 assists as well here in this one. Is puck battle far corner, Mikkola for Marchand. Lightning in a change. Marchand up the right wing side, has some room. Brad Marchand right corner, cuts out front, looks for a trailer, holds on to it. Marchand backs out the line, and then cuts along the near side, makes a move near circle, pass across, shot, and that one off the iron as he set up Sam Bennett over in the far circle, missing by a matter of inches. And what individual work there from Brad Marchand to get himself into a lane where he could set up Bennett for that perfectly placed, nearly perfectly placed one-timer off the iron. The Panthers nearly had their first 2-goal lead of the night.
Disco night. He was dancing all over the place, weaving and bobbing and shimmying and shaking, and finally was able to get free, set it over on a platter for Bennett. Clinked off the post.
And Forsling dumps it in from center. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Here on the near side, it's Geeky. Cross ice to Nick Paul. Backhand intercepted. Schmidt On for Marchand, cruising in, tried to dance around a man. That time Moser took it away. He'll backhand up the near side. Nuvis Balinska swats it ahead. This one played with a hand pass. Looks like 17:32 left in the third. 4-3 the score. I want to get to a couple more hellos as we've got Miami fan for life tuned in from Phoenix, Arizona. My friend and yours, Alex Baumgartner, right behind us here in the press box. Say hello to Alex. Stevie Joe and his dogs Hank and Chicken Wing keeping it frosty, he says, in Ormond Beach tonight. We've also got my friend and yours from the Associated Press, Tim Reynolds. You can find him on Twitter at @ByTimReynolds. He's tuned in from his home office. Andrew in North Carolina. Duty in Marietta, Georgia has us dialed in tonight as well.
What a gorgeous play by Marchand all around, and you can see that individual skill, and it came over, and it actually hit the crossbar. Not the post on either side, just elevated a little bit too high on Sam Bennett. Vasilevsky was dead to rights. There was no way he was going to be able to get across, and we're seeing Marchand cruise up the ice in the second period all by himself to get around a few bodies there. He put on a clinic with some one-on-one moves there to set up that play for Sam Bennett.
Puck pulled back by Rodriguez. Balinskis across the ice for Nate Schmidt. Up the far side, Kachuk, then Rodriguez up the wing. He'll dump it in. Down and around the end boards it goes. Here on the near side, Perbix back after it. Around for Gord. Action down in the lightning zone to our left. Played up the near side. It's Rodriguez there to hold it in. Lobs one on net, and that one ricochets in on Vasilevsky, and he will reel it in. He covers up. 17-11 left in the third period. 4-3 the Panthers in front. Here in Game 5, they lead this first-round best-of-7 series 3-1. Billy, it was 1 year and 1 day ago the Panthers ousted the Lightning from last year's playoffs in 5 games. They're hoping to end the Bolts season in 5 games for a second straight year after the Lightning took the first 2 playoff matchups between these two teams back in 21 and 22.
We've got some runway to go here. That Sam Bennett shot, if that doesn't hit the post, that would have gone a long way to trying to help the cause.
Draw coming up near circle down to our left. Panthers have it. Mikkola down to the near corner. Scoots back behind the net. Mikkola here on the near side of the ice. Mikkola back behind the goal. Shouldered there by Paul. Loose puck back behind the net. This one battled for near edge of the trapezoid. Mikkola able to scoot away from the pressure. Gives to Boquist. Jesper Boquist, a shot tipped out front by Nico Sturm, and it's wide. Meanwhile, in the corner, Greer and Radish still wrapped up with one another. Eventually, they separate, and the Lightning charge out of their own end. Emil Lilleberg up the far side. Got around Kulikov, tried to pass. It was intercepted by Sturm and cleared immediately. Back at the Lightning line, it's Geekie to Radish. Flip down to our left, deep into the Panthers' end. Slap to the near corner. Gonsalves holding it down low for Tampa Bay. Schmidt the takeaway. Looks to clear. Kept down low by Chafee. Then he's shoved down by Schmidt. Stays with the puck to Chafee. And they battle here in the near corner. 2-on-2 scrum here on the near side. Chafee dumps Schmidt over. And the puck sent around the end boards. Gonsalves, Hedman, long shot off a skate out front. Didn't get through. Panthers try and clear. Hedman held it in far point. Eventually, it's Anton Lundell there to slide on the length of the ice. A backhand all the way down. And that is going to be an icing call. Exactly 4 minutes into this third period. 4-3, the Panthers in front here in Game 5.
Remember that game twister? That looked like
yes.
It was happening behind the net with Radish and Greer. They were all tangled up trying to get their feet onto the ice. Thought maybe a game of twisters broken out behind the net there. They were in a long time scrum, and they were on the ice together for probably 15 or seconds.
Were you a good twister player, Billy?
Nope. Not much flexibility.
Face off far circle down to our right. You like the movie Twister?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. We've seen some just crazy stuff in this series all along. Battle of Florida has not disappointed.
Darren Radish for Victor Hedman. Back to Radish, straight on. Long shot blocker save made by Bobrovsky, and he will cover up. Shots are 26-22 for the Panthers here in this one. Now 26-23, adjusted as that long shot from the line came in, and Bobrovsky was there to smother it. 4-3 Panthers, and in case you're just joining us, this is the first game in the 5 games of the series that Tampa Bay struck first, but the Panthers have had answers all night. Tampa Bay led 1-0, but the Panthers have led 2-1, 3-2, and now 4-3 in the game.
Radish can uncork it. He's got a big bomb there, but on the side of the net, Ulis Balinskis was in a battle, did not let anyone get to the front of the net, and Bobrovsky was able to see that shot clean, and battles in front of the net have been really what that is, battles, and you can see it down in that sequence, just keeping the Lightning players away from Bobrovsky.
The net front battles, that's been a big part of the story each game of the series. Now it's McDonough at the line. Brings it off to the near side, plays it down to the corner. Back behind the net, Gensel tied up by Forsling. Cirelli, he'll wind it off to the near boards. Chernak at the right point. Down here on the near side, then back behind the net. This one wraps all the way around far side. And Ryan McDonough can't settle one down. Forsling there to knife a backhand up the ice down to our left. And that's going to go the length. So an icing call against the Panthers. 15-14 to go third period. 4-3. The Panthers over the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And if you're the Panthers, you know you can play shutdown hockey. That's imperative, but still keep your foot on the gas pedal. If there's chances to go offensively, you got to be able to take them. Just don't do it with some high-risk plays. Saw a perfect example there. Marchand was dancing around, and you got those kind of openings, go for it, but you don't want to just exclusively sit back here in this third and let Tampa come back at waves. And
a long turnaround shot from Kucherov, poked at in front by Nick Paul, and Bobrovsky will smother that. And that was another one of those plays where it looks like nothing's happening, but it's Nikita Kucherov involved, and, well, he can make something out of nothing with the best of them, and he just lobbed a wrister through traffic right in on net, and Nick Paul was almost there to jam it home.
And it was Forsling that was causing the screen, and we're just talking about those battles in the trenches in the blue paint there. Forsling was involved in one. He screened Bobrovsky, and Bobrovsky couldn't catch that clean, and that's why Paul was on the doorstep swinging away at it. And Kucherov, you're right, just swinging the puck from the middle of nowhere, just getting it on net.
Far side of the ice point, out to the line, Radish to Hedman, straight on, looks to the far side point, a drive and a blocker save made by Bobrovsky. Swatted at by Forsling, didn't get it out. Now behind the Panthers net, it's Nikita Kucherov into the near corner. Kucherov here on the near side. He'll spin it to the near circle, picked up then by Braden Point. Swerves off to the near boards. Barkov clings to him. Now Point backs out to the blue line, gives it across. Far point for Victor Hedman. Fluttered down to the far circle, it's Paul. Nick Paul up top. Handled there by Hedman. To Radish center point. Given back to Hedman at the line. Long shot, a one-hopper wide. That one took a couple of bounces out front. Braden Point back behind the net. Brings it off to the near corner. Holds in the trapezoid. Bolts off to the far side of the ice. Now Braden Point to the line. Hedman with some space to the net. Tipped wide by Radish. That was a low shot looking for the deflection. Now Radish back behind the net. Shouldered by Verhaeghe. Barkov comes away with the loose puck on for Reinhardt. And he will poke it out of the zone down to our left.
That play will test your man-on-man defense. The Panthers had to have switches going on everywhere. As Radish, the defenseman, was down low looking for redirection from his defense partner, Hedman, and the Panthers able to sort things out.
Now the Lightning breaking out left to right across your radio. A Lilleberg pass off the stick of Bennett, deflects down to our right into the Panthers zone, where Matthew Tkachuk's there to play it off the short glass. Didn't get it out by Perbix. Second try, Tkachuk to Bennett, and he will skate it to the neutral zone this time. 13:39 left in the third period of Game 5. 4-3 Panthers. 13:34 now separating the Panthers from a ticket punch to round two. Now a takeaway in the neutral zone. Back into the Panthers. Lundell alone. Lundell, a shot, glove save made by Vasilevsky with 13:24 to go here in the third. He keeps Tampa Bay within one. 4-3 the Panthers in front.
Biggest save of the night. Takeaway and Lundell on the breakaway, and Lundell Marchand. Louis Arena. Dangerous.
And for us, it's off to immediate timeout. Panthers by a goal here in Game 5. 13:24 left in the third. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
In the third period of Game 5, it's a 4-3 Panthers lead here in Tampa. Panthers trying to close it out tonight. Coming out of the media timeout, Lundell Marchand, Luostarina in the forward line. And Billy, a couple of huge games in a row for Anton Lundell.
Yeah, he's riding them heavy. Luostarina and Lundell created that turnover right before we went to break that sprung Lundell on that breakaway and went to the glove side. Vasilevsky makes the save, but they've been the line that's dragged everyone into the fight. And all around, every single one of them. This is the best game maybe we've seen Marchand play, the Luostarina and Lundell combination. And
puck play down to our right. Uvis Balinskis after it. Running two by Girgensons. Over along the boards. Action down to our right inside the Panthers end. Marchand to Luostarina, and the Panthers not able to muscle it out of the zone. Loose over on the far boards. It's Balinskis to pull it away from Chafee. Back behind the net, Schmidt up the ice, tipped along down to our left, and a race for this one, and it's going to be an icing call. 12:59 left in the third. 4-3. It's the Panthers out front. Billy, the next game Anton Lundell plays in these playoffs, going to be his 60th Stanley Cup playoff game, and he doesn't turn 24 until October.
That's the most from the 2020 draft class. Yep. He's played more playoff games than anyone from that draft class. This game they're having, a lot of it has to do with the effect of Brad Marchand on the bench. He talks a lot, and he's always talking to Lundell, Luostarina, and encouraging that let's push the play offensively. We have some more patience with the puck on our stick, and they've been all around good defensively, great offensively, everything he could ask for and more.
Out the right side, Sam Reinhardt along the boards. He'll play it down low. And Darren Radish will take it back for the Lightning. Fails to clear. Reinhardt to Mikkola. And he'll slug it down behind the net. Hedman poked it away, gave to Gensel. Here on the near side, it's Gensel. Plays it on then for Kucherov. Across his own blue line, rink wide to Hedman. Hedman will toss one down to the near corner. After it is Gensel. Peels off near boards, tried to center, picked up in front. A chance and a save, Bobrovsky on Kucherov. And then the puck punched away as Kucherov was looking for a follow-up try. Here along the near boards, then Barkov. Across the ice, Sam Reinhardt. Over his own line. Again, right to left go the Panthers here in the third period. It's the Lightning going left to right.
Reinhardt went to kick that puck up to escape, went right through Reinhardt, and ended up on a stick of Kucherov.
Over 8 minutes gone by, third period, 4-3 Panthers, and a feed down to our right. Misses the mark. It'll be an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning. 4-3, it's the Panthers in front of the Lightning. 11:52 to go here in the third period. And
all right,
the winner of this series will take on the winner of the Toronto-Ottawa series, and that one going to a Game 6. That'll be tomorrow night.
And actually, it's Mikko that was trying to play that puck with his skate and just missed it. And Kucherov comes in. It looks like he hit Bobrovsky right in the head, right in the melon, the pumpkin. Don't ask how. And Bobrovsky getting it done in different ways. And these goaltenders, it doesn't matter how many goals they've given up. It's like waters off a duck's back. It's just about the next save.
And Connor Geekie clears for the Lightning. Nick Paul left side scoots in, shot, and Bobrovsky juggles, holds, and some shoving off to the side of the net. Yanni Gourde and Matthew Tkachuk there, and that's going to draw a big crowd that spills into the far corner down there in the Panthers' end. 11:40 left in the third. 4-3 is the score.
Off, I believe.
And now it continues. Eric Chernak, as he bumps Bobrovsky in the goal crease. Then Yanni Gourde's really trying to pull Matthew Tkachuk into something, and Emil Lilleberg was trying to do the same thing back in the second period.
I believe the Lightning might have got the first penalty out of this, and that's why Chernak and Gourde are trying to get back into the fight and maybe get the Panthers to take an extra penalty.
Well, I know this is the Panthers broadcast, folks. We can honestly say the Panthers, in this sequence, initiated none of this. So if the Lightning wind up with the only penalty or the extra penalty...
There's someone going. Garrett Rank, the one official, was going over to the penalty box to make a call.
It was just some shoving that started after the whistle, and the Panthers did nothing to provoke any of it. And we wait and see if anything comes from this.
I guess it's nothing, but it looked like the one official was pointing at the penalty box and going over there, but we're going to continue at 5-on-5 hockey. Nothing does come of it. And there was a lot of extra pushing and shoving on the part of the Lightning. The Panthers realizing the moment that they can't step over the bounds, and Tkachuk or no one are going to throw extra punches. And Paul Maurice has talked about this team and their discipline, how it's gotten better year by year as they've gone deeper into the playoffs.
Nico Mikla up the near side for Lewis-Arena. Didn't get it through. Now Marchand recovering. He feeds it through the neutral zone, but the puck whacked back the other way, and Bobrovsky will leave it at the side of the net. Mikla, stick chopped out of his hand by Glendening, and no call there. And Mikla's stick was broken in half. Here's Marchand cruising in right side to the right circle. He's bumped into, tried to thread it out front. It's stolen away, and the Lightning charge out 3-on-2. Perbix, the puck carrier, heading down to our right. Gives to Chafee. A shot, a blocker save made by Bobrovsky. Far side, Kulikov. He'll backhand it out of the zone to safety.
That's where Marchand's got to realize he's been doing a lot of good stuff, but get that puck deep.
Now in go the Lightning. Gonsalves. Chafee looks across far circle. Nobody home for Tampa Bay. And Barkov will hand one out of the zone. Reinhardt center ice. Verhaeghe over the line. Verhaeghe high slot shot save made by Vasilevsky. And now here in the near circle, a little bit of shoving between Verhaeghe and Cernak. Cernak up the far side for Chafee. He's tied up, and the Panthers have control. It's chipped back in by Verhaeghe around the end boards. Barkov backhand near side. Cernak whacks it up the near boards. Gonsalves. He'll play it out to center. It's poked away by Barkov, and then the Panthers back inside their own line. Seth Jones up the near side. Forsling then batted deep into the Lightning end. No icing here as McDonough goes back to play it. 10:23 left in the third period of Game 5. 4-3, it's the Panthers in front. Gonsalves, a pass up the ice off the skate of Kucherov, deep into the Panthers zone. Seth Jones back behind the net. Up the boards for Rodriguez, out of his reach, down to our left. No icing here as Radish is going to have to make a play on this. He'll wind it around near side to Kucherov. Back in the Lightning end. Gives on to Braden Point, overshot him. Forsling bats it back in over the Lightning line. Hedman, a pass cross ice, nobody there for Tampa Bay. Hedman over to the far board, scrambles to recover. Hedman up to center ice, over the Lightning logo, drifts off near side, banked it off the boards. Hedman still has it, right circle, threads it out front, and it's batted away on a good defensive play by Anton Lundell. Kucherov near circle, a shot that's blocked by Forsling. Action down in the Panthers zone to our right. Here along the boards, they puck gathered in. Radish at the right point. Hedman center of the blue line. Braden Point hands it off. Hedman left point into the near circle. Kucherov. It's pulled away by Marchand off the boards and out of the zone. 9:25 to go in the third period of Game 5. 4-3 Panthers. The Panthers trying to close it out here tonight in Tampa.
Bobrovsky got his goal stick on it, on that pass across, and then Lundell got it out of the way. As Hedman was able to get down deep in the zone, try to go across, and Bobrovsky alertly with that goal stick acted as a defenseman himself.
Cernak back in the Lightning in to McDonough. Up the far side, Paul. And the puck pushed down to her right into the Panthers zone. Nate Schmidt brings it up the far boards. It's off Nick Paul. Didn't leave the zone. Geeky, far point, McDonough flutters it down behind the net. Nick Paul there. Paul hangs on to it, takes it off to the far corner. Paul, McDonough, one-time shot wide. Around the corner boards, out to the line. Cernak back down low. Hits the loose broken stick in that far corner that, well, used to belong to Nico Mikla. Here in the near corner, it's Carter Verhaeghe. Played out to the neutral zone, and Carter Verhaeghe then, after the puck played through neutral ice, it's Tampa Bay to recover.
Panthers 30 seconds off the ice. The shifts are becoming really short for the Panthers. They're not looking to overextend, and you get out there 30 seconds, and the next line is coming over the boards.
8:20 left third period. 4-3, it's the Panthers over the Lightning. Perbix to Cirelli, then Gonsalves. A backhand feed behind Braden Point. The Panthers start back. It's Jesper Boquist. Long distance drive from center. Paddled away by Vasilevsky. In the corner, Greer, a hard hit on Moser, but the Lightning break it out. Cirelli now up the right side. Slams on the brakes. Hands it back. Perbix right point. It's poked away by Greer. Loose puck along the near side. And Gus Forsling will float one high. He clears out to center ice. Moser straight on Cirelli. Touch pass. Too far for Gonsalves. Panthers clear quickly. Braden Point on top of the Lightning logo at center. Banks it up the far boards. This one rolls to Kulikov as the Panthers regather possession. Bennett into the neutral zone. He crosses the center line. It's played in. Down and around the end boards. Tkachuk against Kucherov. Far side. Tkachuk to Rodriguez. The pass just a hair out of his reach. The Lightning grab possession. It's played out of the zone by Radish. And then Gensel through the center circle. A pass finds Paul on a bounce. Nick Paul here on the near side. Back behind the net. Lost it as he was in a tussle with Nico Mikla. The Panthers will charge back the other way. Rodriguez to center ice for Bennett. He'll lob it in. 7:12 left here in the third. 4-3 is the Panthers lead.
A lot of action with no stoppage. A good part of that is a lot of time coming off the clock.
Lundell up the far boards, a neutral zone takeaway. Leads it for Marchand. Bottom of the right circle in front, a shot, and they score, and it's at Lewis-Arena. A 4-point game. He makes it 5-3. Panthers with 6:58 to go here in the third. And for the first time here in Game 5, the Panthers have a 2-goal lead.
This line has obliterated the Lightning. There's no other way around it. A little chip off the wall here. Hedman gets caught in a pinch. Lundell chips it off. Marchand chases it down, puts on the brakes, and then driving that far post. Hedman can't recover in time. And Marchand over there, and nothing but empty net for Luos Arena. And what a game for Luos Arena. Goal, 3 assists. But this whole line in general, dominant. This is about as dominant of a performance from a line that you could see in a playoffs. And the addition of Marchand, Luos Arena, and Luos Arena, first 4-point game of his career.
And it comes at the biggest of times, and it sends a lot of folks back to their car, the bus, the trolley, however they got here. There are lots of different ways to get around the Tampa Bay region.
Jeez, how good is it? Just that little chip off the wall. And again, Marchand, Luos Arena, and the chemistry that they have developed.
Down to our right back behind the net. Connor Geekie has it shoved away by Seth Jones. Far side of the ice, McDonough. Down and around the end boards, near side. It's Barkov. 6:20 left in the third. Barkov clears it out to the neutral zone, and the Lightning will start back in. Here's Perbix, right side of the circle. Perbix to the corner. He's tied up by Mikkola, and then Barkov dumped over by Geekie. Now Sam Bennett here in the near corner. He'll have it taken away, but Mikkola there to regather. Plays it up the far side. Got the clear. And back at the Lightning line, it's Hedman. Pass straight on Connor Geekie. Geekie in over the Panthers line. Sends it around the end boards. Far side. It bounces to Tkachuk, and he will flutter one out to neutral ice.
We felt that third line could be the advantage in this series with the Panthers and their depth, and it's really proven to be the case. None so more in this game.
Now the bottom 6 of the Panthers, you figured, could really swing the pendulum in the Panthers' favor here in this series, and tonight, my goodness, has it ever. Along the end boards, Cirelli, now to Radish. Behind the net, Cirelli. He's worked over by Seth Jones. And then Lundell bats it up the far side. Didn't get the clear. Lightning keep it deep. Near corner, a race for it. Tkachuk kept it away from Radish, and he'll backhand it out to center. 5:11 left in the third. 5-3. The Panthers in front here in Game 5. Panthers looking to close it out tonight and punch their ticket to round 2.
And now you can sit back in that 1-3-1 neutral zone. Make sure Tampa Bay has to come the full length of the ice if they want any chance.
Braden Point hit over the Panthers' blue line. Shakes off to the far boards. Backhand far corner. Gensel winds it around near side. And then Balinskis looks to clear as he grabbed control, but goes off a Lightning stick and out of play. 4:49 left in the third. 5-3. The Panthers in front here in Game 5. Panthers less than 5 minutes away from closing this thing out. We'll see if they can. We'll be back for more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Back here in Tampa, Game 5 continues. 4:49 left in the third. 5-3 Panthers. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
The biggest names in the game.
Quickly in. Here's Giroux going to the net. Shoots one. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. WKIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Well, desperate times calling for desperate measures on the Tampa Bay side of things. The Panthers have a 2-goal lead for the first time tonight. The Lightning's season is hanging in the balance, and, well, John Cooper has decided to pull his goaltender with 4:49 to play here in the third. Draw here in the near circle down to our right. The extra attacker on for Tampa Bay. Radish at the line. Hedman left point. Hedman long shot. And that one didn't get all the way through. Picked up and played out of the zone by Eetu Luostarinen all the way down to our left. Going to be an icing call. You'd love to see Eetu Luostarinen get the empty net goal too here. Why not?
Any one of these guys. You look at the goals they have scored plus the chances that they have created. They just have not. If you're John Cooper, you're thinking, well, I got to focus on Barkov. I got to focus on Reinhardt, Kachuk, maybe those type of players. You forget about Pat Lundell, Luostarinen, and Marchand line. A lot of this has to do, too, late in the season, the last 7-8 games, they played together all the time, and they were one of the lines that didn't get much rest, and that has really developed that chemistry and has continued on here into the playoffs, and Marchand's been a perfect fit with Lundell and Luostarinen.
4:31 left in the third period. 5-3. It's the Panthers in front. Panthers lead the first-round best-of-7 series 3-1, looking to send the Tampa Bay Lightning home in 5 for the second time in as many years. They ended Tampa Bay's season in 5 games 1 year and 1 day ago, and they're hoping to do it again here. Off the draw, it's Reinhardt. Into the neutral zone, works away from Hedman, rolls it to the empty net. He scores! Sam Reinhardt, he didn't get all of it, but he got enough, and that one finds its way into the empty net. 6-3, the Panthers are in front with 4:24 left here in the third period of Game 5. And now the Panthers are 4 minutes and 24 seconds away from punching a ticket to round 2.
Battle against Kucherov. Reinhardt wins that battle, gets to the red line, and doesn't get much on it. Gets a little chip past Kucherov, and then Hedman was able to get a piece on his stick, but it had enough on it, and it was straight enough that it was able to find the back of the net. That's 6-3 for the Panthers. Looking to salt this series away, and what a game all around. And finally, the Panthers were able to extend that lead. They had 3 different 1-goal leads in this game, but it was Luostarinen that put the Panthers up by 2, forced John Cooper into an uncomfortable position to pull his goaltender early with 4:49 on the clock, and a few seconds later, Reinhardt with the empty net goal.
Tell you what,
Go ahead.
I was going to say another point. We talk a lot about what the bottom 6 forwards of the Panthers have done, but a luxury to be able to have Uvas Balinskis on standby when the Panthers need to plug him in. Played over 10 minutes tonight, and to be able to slot a guy like that in when you need him, it's a real luxury for the Panthers, and it just, again, speaks volumes to the depth the Panthers have as Mikkola lets a shot go from the near point that's blocked.
And they're used to that rotation because of the long suspension that Ekblad had before this recent 2-game suspension. Balinskis played all the games down the stretch.
Now down to our right back behind the net, Kulikov far side, and Marchand into a tie-up. Geeky will rifle one right into the padding of Kulikov. Played across for Luostarinen, tapped up the near side down to our left. 3:50 left here in the third period. 6-3 is the Panthers' lead here. 6-3, the Panthers in front. A game that was tight, at times wide open early on. Vasilevsky back to the bench as the Lightning will send out the extra attacker once again. Radish, Kucherov, hand on a shot. Down behind the net, it's Gensel. Here on the near side of takeaway, Forsling. He will send one long this time. And this one is going to roll and not far enough for an icing. Wide of the vacated net. Hedman back to play at 3:15 left third period. Left side, here's Cirelli heading in for Tampa Bay. Cirelli left side shot right into the gear of Bobrovsky, and he'll hold that. So that will bring up a face-off inside the Panthers in. 3:11 left third period, 6-3. It's the Panthers in front of Tampa Bay. We'll bring it back in just a moment. Our final media timeout is upon us here in the third period. Panthers looking to close it out, earn a trip to round 2 on the other side. It's the Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care. where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can...
Hey, you! Yeah, you! I'm talking to you! Thanks for hanging out with us. This is TSI Mike, and now that we've got your attention, we're bringing you every single game of the NBA and NHL playoffs while supporting SickKids Hospital in Toronto through our Playoff Pulse campaign. Let's grow our global community. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell, and join the action.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Joe Bowen here, voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Playoff Pulse on Toronto Sports Insider is all about playoff thrills and making a difference, with 100% of Leaf playoff stream revenue going directly to SickKids for their life-saving treatments and research. We're aiming for 100,000 insiders to boost our impact. So subscribe now and be a part of this incredible movement. Holy Mackinac! Let's show SickKids Hospital we're here for them. Join us today.
Hey you, yeah you, Easton Cowan, Leafs prospect here. I'm loving these Playoff Pulse live hangouts. Subscribe and turn on the bell to catch every game. Keep the chat buzzing and let's cheer for SickKids together. See you in the chat.
They got by Boston in round one. Long shot from the near point from Darren Radish, and that winds up here in the near corner. Played into the neutral zone. Last year they beat Tampa Bay in round one, and the Panthers looking to do the same thing again. Here's Reinhardt. Gives to Jones. Forsling up the near side. Hopped over the stick of it to Luostarinen. Down to our left into the Lightning end. 2:50 left third period. 6-3. It's the Panthers in front of Tampa Bay. Radish around for Hedman. Reinhardt pressuring. Play to the neutral zone. Luostarinen bats it away. Hedman back on it. Right wing side, Gensel. Angles it down to our right. Deep inside the Panthers zone, Nico Mikkola. Up the near side, it's off Gensel. Whips it down toward the net, well wide. Far corner, Kucherov. He flings it along. It's blocked by Nico Mikkola. Bennett up the boards. Luostarinen tied up by Hedman. Braden Point gathers in control. The puck, 2:22 left third period. 6-3 is the score as the Panthers lead here in Game 5. They lead the series 3-1. Bennett a takeaway. Far point got it away from Hedman. The Lightning recover, though, and it's whipped back in by Victor Hedman down to our right. The Tampa Bay net remains empty. Forsling across far side, Kulikov. Up the boards, and it's off JP. Picked up. Marchand, a long-distance try on the empty net, blocked by Yanni Gourde. Up the near side, a takeaway. Now it's fed back toward Marchand from Lundell. The pass just a little out of his reach, and the Tampa Bay Lightning working in down to our right. Kulikov up the near side, off Gonsalves. Loose puck here on the near boards. Panthers get it clear. Ryan McDonough backed up to his own line. Plays it ahead, intercepted by Lundell. Kept to the near boards. Nick Paul into a tussle with Lundell. The puck sent down to our left. Now Marchand and Chernak having some words. Down to our left, it's McDonough after it. McDonough to Chapin. Chernak just blindsided Marchand in the neutral zone, gave him an extra cross check, and Chernak is, I would imagine, going to be asked to leave here. Eric Chernak hasn't been in a good mood all series long. 1:26 left in the third. 6-3. It's the Panthers in front of the Lightning here, and
they were having a lengthy discussion before that, Chernak and Marchand, and then Chernak just decided, okay, I'm going to get my little
penalty. Number 81, 2 minutes cross-checking.
Well, Chernak saw everybody leaving, and I think he wanted to leave too.
Yeah.
He's had enough.
Try and get my little piece of revenge there. Marchand's okay. Dom put a shoulder in.
Marchand looks like he's all right. He was fine. He was fully engaged in the conversation.
Yeah, it was a little cross-check by Chernak, and then they separated for a brief moment, and then Marchand turned around and ran right into a cross-check. It wasn't extremely violent by Chernak. It was a little shoved down to the ice, and it wasn't a violent cross-check in the back. Just more frustration on Chernak's part.
That's what it was. And he's had a lot of moments of frustration throughout the series. Remember, going back to the early part of the series, took that thunderous hit in this building from Connor
I can feel that. They're all competitors. Yep. Everyone on the ice is.
And off the draw, Balinskis at the line. Looks to Boquist in front. It's worked out to the line again. Long shot, Balinskis. Save Vasilevsky's. He's back into the net. Puck played up the far side and into the neutral zone. Uvis Balinskis. Panthers on a Publix power play here late. Balinskis to A.J. Greer. And Billy, I know you love this, but guys getting power play time who don't usually get power play time. Balinskis pressure in the near corner as Gensel the takeaway threads it out front. A funny bounce on goal, and Bobrovsky there to kick it away.
I just get the puck and hang on to it as long as possible just to see. It's just fun. Oh, we got a lot of time and space.
Greer for Boquist. Heads in, left circle. Yes for Boquist. Wraps it back behind the net. Over to the far side. Pass out to Kulikov with room. Hands to Mikkola. Left point shot. And that's knocked away by the goaltender Vasilevsky. In the near corner, Ryan McDonough for the Lightning. Banks it up the boards, got the clear. Nico Mikkola hammers it back along. A.J. Greer looks to Nico Sturm, and he'll pound it into the Lightning zone. 25 seconds to go in this third period of play. And this line's going to stay out there to eat the clock. 19 seconds left in the third period. 6-3. It's the Panthers in front as the Lightning control down to our left. Inside 10 seconds to play. Another edition of the Sunshine State Showdown, and the Panthers come out on top. 6-3. The Panthers are winners in Game 5. The Panthers win the best-of-7 series, 4-1. The Panthers are moving on to round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The storm is over. No more lightning. No more thunder. Clear skies ahead for the Panthers, as again, they are able to take out the Lightning in 5 games. Impressive performance. This team, didn't matter where they were going to be seated. They wanted rest, wanted to be healthy. They came in healthy, even with a suspension to Aaron Ekblad. They win 3 games without Aaron Ekblad in the lineup. Doesn't matter. Next man up philosophy. And tonight it was the third line with an outrageous performance. They were about as dominant as you could ask for and could not shut them down. Every time they touched the ice, they made something happen. That's my 3-star selection. I don't care what anyone says. Marchand, Lundell, Marchand, Luostarinen in that order. Luostarinen should be the first. And Luostarinen, that's his greatest game in a Panther uniform. That's the best we've ever seen. Right there. And what a time to have it in a closeout game from Etu. Sam Bennett ends up with a game-winning goal. When he took a penalty and came down to the penalty box, he would get the 4th goal of the game. Salted away. And the Panthers get this job done 6-3. They finally were able to hang on to that lead, and it was too much for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They were short-manned with Hagel out, having to run 11 forward, 7D for most of the series. And for the Panthers, you just don't know where it's going to come from, Doug. It can come from everywhere, and that was the story all series long. Defensemen, forwards, third line, didn't matter. Panthers, they move on.
And the Panthers in the Lightning season, back-to-back years in 5 games in the first round, and the Panthers moving past round 1 for the 4th consecutive season. Tonight, a 6-3 win for the Panthers in Game 5 here in Tampa. A victorious edition of the Cats Recap Show is coming up on the other side. The Panthers are moving on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Cats Recap Show next. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Florida Panthers Hockey. The team coverage doesn't stop now. More with a Cats Recap Show coming up on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview.
To every child and family who've needed us since 1875, and all who support us, our hospital needs no introduction. But just in case, it's SickKids. And it's our 150th birthday. Our mission has always been healthier children.
They take care of business. 3 road wins in this series in one of the tougher buildings to play in the National Hockey League against a team that likes playing at home, not only because they play in a great environment, but because they have a team that has a lot of different matchup abilities that they like to have on home ice. And the Panthers, they win 3 games in this series on the road, 3-0 on the road in the series for the Panthers. They take it in 5 games. And a couple of housekeeping notes here. The Panthers, they win. So when the Cats win, you win. Tomorrow at your local Huey Magoo's location, buy a 3-tender meal, get a 3-tender meal. That's tomorrow at Huey Magoo's. The Panthers, they scored 3 or more in this one. You know what that means. When the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables tomorrow, rocking your Panthers gear, and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime. The 3 stars of the game, as always, powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, recover. The 3 stars of tonight's game. Almost what you called for, Billy. They were announced here in Tampa.
I don't care who
they gave Gage Gonsalves a star, but for the sake of our postgame show, we're going to give that entire line a star. Anton Lundell's going to get 3rd star honors in place of Gage Gonsalves for the sake of the Cats recap show. Lundell had a goal, 2 assists, 3 points plus 2, 17:58 on the ice. Well deserved, was instrumental tonight. Some monster games, back-to-back monstrous games from Anton Lundell and his line. The number 2 star tonight, Brad Marchand from the Panthers, 2 assists plus 1, 17:55 on the ice, and he was a thorn in the side of the Lightning all night long. And then the number 1 star tonight, Eetu Luostarinen, a goal, 3 assists, 4 points plus 4. That was a game high plus 4 in 16 minutes, 28 seconds on the ice. Those are your 3 stars of the game. The 3 stars of the game are powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, recover. The Panthers winners here in Game 5. They're